Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. I hope you're all doing very well today. Manchester United, don't want that on there. Manchester United against Everton. And what a team news we've got to bring for you as well. Really, really excited by it. And just trying to set things up here. It's a bit of a pain actually. I'm trying to get used to two monitors. Which I think we are just about set up with. Yes, Luke Shaw's on the pitch. That's great. Right, live comments. Which I think we are just about set up with. Yes, Luke Shaw's on the pitch. Cool. Okay, we're live, which is great. How's everybody doing anyway? Bruno is starting for Manchester United. The team news is on the screen for you there. So we've got, I don't know why Matic's bloody thing. They're all out of sync. I don't know why they're all out of sync. I'll get them back in sync. Get back in the sync with the tea bags. So there you go. There's the United lineup. In fact, I'll keep that in. It just makes it easier actually for me. I can hear what I'm being told there. So the United lineup is David De Gea, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire, and Luke Shaw. I tell you what, it's a little bit like what do they call it? Post-traumatic stress disorder, isn't it? It's PTSD, where you see that back four and you think, oh my God, Lindelof's still here. But hopefully it will just be temporary. Midfield of Matic, De Bruyne, Matic and... I need to get my teeth in. It's the start of the season. I'm rusty. I'm rustier like a bike that's been out in the rain all day. All year. So the midfield is Matic, Van der Beek and Bruno, which is, to be honest with you, it's probably one of our best midfields. It really probably is one of our best midfields. No McFred, which I think is always a nice thing. Mark, hope Matic can have a good season for us, says Mark. Well, I think Matic is finished. And if Matic isn't finished, and it's interesting because we've got a match reaction. Obviously, Ricky's back from his holidays now, so we will have a match reaction from Ricky, who I know will defend Matic to the hilt. But I don't see it as... I personally will stick with the thing that Matic is finished, because if he's not finished, I think Solskjaer's got a lot of questions to answer about why he didn't use him last season, which is ridiculous, isn't it? So let's see what happens with Matic. I think he's finished, but we'll see what happens. And then the front three of Dan James, Martial and Greenwood, because obviously no Cavani, no Rashford. Lingard has now got COVID. We wish COVID... we don't wish COVID well. We wish Lingard well. Got to get my teeth in. I'm not with it at the moment. We wish Lingard well in his recovery. This is news this morning that Lingard is now isolating with COVID. He was part of the Scottish training camp, wasn't he? So depending on when he's picked up symptoms, I mean, he's out of the Leeds game, isn't he? I don't know what I'm talking about. He's definitely going to be out of the Leeds game. He's not going to start against Leeds now. So James probably starts. It's a 12:45 kickoff, so we're about 25 minutes away from that. But I'm very happy with that starting lineup. And you know what? With the game coming up against Leeds a week basically at this time, I want to see. It's all about tempo for me. Pump it up a little more. Get the tempo going on the dance floor, or get the tempo going on Old Trafford. Definitely, I want to see a good tempo. Daryl says he loves the lineup. Daryl, I love you. I can see that you're a member with your badge next to your name. And Luke82, if you want to become a United Stand member this season and have a badge next to your name in the chat, you can do that by clicking the join button. Transfer news, says Sean. I'll tell you what you can do with your transfer news, Sean. You can shove it and come back at 8 o'clock. This is a watch-along for Manchester United against Everton in a pre-season game. Our only pre-season game, it feels. And we're looking forward to it very much so. I'm looking forward to seeing what Manchester United have got to do today. I mean, look, I haven't seen the Everton lineup, but I'm going to just have a quick look at it and get it for you now. Everton lineup. Have they put it up on Twitter? Yeah, they have. So they've got Pickford in goal, Coleman, Keane, Godfrey, Digne. I know a little bit about Everton because I'm doing an Everton career mode on Twitch at the moment. So Coleman, Keane, Godfrey, Digne. That's not a bad back four for them, to be honest with you. Alan, Decore and Rodriguez with Iwobi, Gray and Townsend. That's quite a strong team for them. No Calvert-Lewin. Obviously, he's been away with England. Didn't play though, did he? No Pickford either. But apart from that, I mean, Yeremina's on the bench. He's come back from the Copa. Holgate's on the bench. That's a strong lineup from Everton, actually. So I expect a good game. James Rodriguez playing, Decore, Allen, Iwobi's a bit crap. Gray, new signing. Rodriguez, no place for Andros Townsend. I don't know what's happening with him. But a strong lineup by Everton. I don't think anybody can dispute that. And I think ultimately the most important thing is that it's Pickford is starting. Actually, I've totally missed that. Pickford's in goal. Sorry, I missed that. So yeah, it's a strong lineup by Everton. Ultimately, that's what I was going to say, and it's going to be a good test for Manchester United, which I think it's what it's all about. So yeah, very very happy with it. Let me just tweet pre-match chat. Ding. Let's put that out. So how are you feeling about it? I mean, look, to be honest with you, score predictions not that important. Player ratings is important. We will have a player ratings that you can vote for as normal on this channel. We'll put that up for you in the second half, and you can vote for every player, giving a score out of 10, 6 being the average. Looking forward to that. But what I don't want to see, my name is Michael Caine, and what I do not want to see today, she was only 29 years old. Batman, I will not bury another Batman. What I do not want to see today is people in the chat going, it's only a pre-season game. Nonsense. That's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense, that is. That is nonsense. That's nonsense. This is not just a pre-season game. It is, but we're playing a Premier League game in a week. This is the same as when we played Villa last year, just before the start of the season against Palace. There is a lot to be taken out of this game. Brian Robson was saying on MUTV about half an hour ago that the pre-season for United doesn't look ideal. It doesn't look ideal. We need to get something out of this game. I don't care whether we win, but tempo is important. Triangles are important. Movement of the ball. I think United's movement of the ball is very much like, you know, when you were a kid at a party and it's past the parcel and the music's coming round, and you get the parcel like this and you go, and your mate wants you to pass it to them. They're like, give it me, and you're like, and you pass it. You hold on to it for too long because you want the music to stop. That's like United's passing from the midfield to the back. We hold on to the ball for too long. So I want to see the tempo today, which is interesting because I think Matic is the best holding midfielder we've got. I just think he's finished. And I think Donny has got the tempo. But I think both of those are starting because Fred and McTominay are probably not fully fit yet. I don't know. What effect did the Europa defeat have on our transfer activity? Was that a defeat, a blessing in disguise, says Matthew Larney? I don't think it had any impact, mate. I really don't. I think the impact has been the protests from the fans and the Super League. I think if the Super League hadn't happened, we might not have bought players. Happy to see Van der Beek in there. Looking forward to seeing him and Matic perform. Haven't played together before, have they, says Kurash. I think they played against Wolves. Yeah, last game of the season. Played against Wolves. Donny was man of the match. Ahmad was was the false nine. Yeah, they have played together. But interesting. I mean, look at that team there. I think we will see Fred and McTominay start against Leeds. But I would not be. I mean, Jimmy Garner says, morning, Mark. Does this look like Matic holding with Bruno and Donny as eights or a pivot of Matic and Donny? Says Jimmy Garner. I think it'll be more like I've got it on screen, but I'll change it if not. But we've got to accept that Sancho isn't going to start against Leeds. Probably not. Varane won't start. Lingard's not going to start. Cavani probably won't start. So I wouldn't mind that team being our starting lineup against Leeds. Obviously, I think Pogba will start against Leeds. Of course, you've got to find a place for Pogba. But you could always put Pogba on the left wing. You can always put Pogba where Donny is. But I would not be overly unhappy with that team. And the reason I wouldn't be unhappy with that team is because for me, it's about the midfield. We're talking about buying a midfielder. And, you know, we just don't want to see McTominay and Fred again. And ultimately, that's, you know, what I want to not see. So I'm very happy with that team today. There's a lot of I still want a midfielder. And obviously we want to see Sancho and Varane in. Mark, Perez just landed in Barcelona with Agnelli for a meeting. Do you think they know something we don't, or are they determined to extort EPL teams in fines, says Yankee. I've got no idea what that's all about, if you want to. And Gary says he's watching on MUTV, but it keeps crashing. Piss take again, just like QPR games, says Gary. Yeah, well, we're in the hands of what happens with that, aren't we? Yeah, we'll have to just wait and see. But I don't really like it. I much prefer it when it's on the normal TV. That's when I prefer it more, but whatever. I was actually looking at that actually. United normally start the season with about every game's on the TV, especially having bought Sancho and Varane. But we've actually got a few 3 o'clock kickoffs in September. So there you go. A few people getting blocked. You know why? Good afternoon, peasants. Says Mark Barkley. Glory, glory, Man United up the Reds. Nice introduction there, Mark. Thanks for the super chats that are coming in. You can do that through the $sign if you want to. We'll read them out. Why is United looking at Trippier? We already have the 2 right backs and need a CDM like Neves or Niguez, says Apollo. Thank you very much for your super chat there. And hope Martial plays well and builds his confidence for the new season, says Sammy. I do think we are going to see a lot of substitutions for Manchester United today. Yeah, I do. I think we will see a lot of substitutions today after about an hour's play. But ultimately, it's not really about that, is it? It's about how we can perform in this game, and it's about the tempo. And you don't need to play everybody for 90 minutes. I agree, you don't need to do that. So for me, it's about what we do. Subs, Grant and Heaton. So 2 goalkeepers on the bench again. And remember, Henderson's actually injured. Well, he's not injured. He's still recovering from COVID. Dalot, Twansebi, Williams, Pereira, Fred, Garner, Mata, McTominay and Pogba. I mean, if I'm absolutely blunt, I don't want to see maybe Dalot, maybe Fred, maybe McTominay, certainly Pogba. I mean, I'm not really bothered about whether Williams gets on or Pereira gets on or Fred gets on. Or Garner or Mata gets on at the end of the day. But we'll see what happens with that. Right, let me just close that down. So that's your bench. Nothing really exciting on the bench, to be honest with you. Nothing really that exciting. What's going on here? I'm going to go full screen.
Probably going forward. You know, he's got...
What the fuck is going on here? I'm a bit worried about losing the stream because it just keeps cutting off. I'm sure a lot of people have got a lot of better ideas. But Wan-Bissaka. Right, a couple of super chats coming in. Would be happy with this team to start against Leeds, except for James and Lindelof. Looking forward to seeing Donny with all the training and talk around him, says Edward. Well, remember, Donny van der Beek was man of the match against Wolves in the last game, wasn't he? So I think that it's very interesting to see how he performs today. Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see. Martial and Donny watch. Yeah, well, we've not even spoken about Anthony Martial. Absolutely fantastic that we've got Anthony Martial back, as we know. Massive player for Manchester United, and I'm really happy to see him back. I didn't see Townsend in the starting line for Everton. Somebody just said that we've seen that. Very interesting midfield, says Struan. And hope Martial scores, says J Bands. Well, look, no Cavani. He's not going to play every week. Greenwood playing off the right, of course. So, yeah, let's see how we get on. Sorry. That was good. Rusty Goldbridge. I'm a bit rusty today, I'll admit that. No Sancho. He's not back in training yet, so we won't be seeing Jadon Sancho play, unfortunately. I fully expect, and I've got to be honest here. I'm not going to duck the issue. I fully expected to see not Marcus Rashford. He's injured. I did fully expect to see Jadon Sancho playing today when we bought him. Obviously, that didn't happen, but I did expect to see him playing, and it's not happened. You know, at the end of the day, it's not happened. So we can't moan about it. Well, we can moan about it, but yeah, he's not part of the team. He's not even back training with the team yet, which is interesting. Hopefully, he's going to be back starting to train with Manchester United very soon. We don't know why. We don't know why at the end of the day. But we expect to see him training on Monday. But I think at best he will be on the bench against Leeds. Nothing more than that, unfortunately. So yeah. Here we go. But I'm excited to see this. I don't know about everybody else. It feels weird. I do feel a little bit weird watching this game today because I haven't been watching them, but I have seen like the likes of Chelsea. Obviously, it's the Community Shield later, Leicester against Man City. Loads of Premier League teams seem to be playing lots and lots of games, and we're not. Obviously, we played those games against Derby and QPR and Brentford, but they were just, we have had 3 pre-season games, and there are 50,000 people in the ground, which is fantastic. But those pre-season games meant nothing because they were none of our first team players, were they? So I'm a little bit. It's a bit like a one-hit wonder, isn't it? Really, I am doing a Community Shield watch along on That's Football, Backy, but it is a bit of a one-hit wonder. We've not actually got ourselves. Who's this bearded guy on MUTV telling me about tactics? Oh, shut up! My tactics board's better than that. Look. My tactics board is better than MUTV. Look, I can move players around. I want Varane here to play a higher line. Actually, I was going to do this anyway. So what I want to see from United this year is I want to see the back four, but I want to see it a lot higher. And I think Varane pushes us from there to there. Because that ball over the top, Varane will eat it up. He ain't bothered about that. I also want to see... I don't mind about the front three. I think the front three are fine. I think the way we play the front three... Get rid of Rashford. He's not going to be playing. The way we play the front three, and I know I've got 2 number 7s, they'll play higher up the pitch because we'll push higher up the pitch. Well, I want to see Bruno more advanced, I want to see Pogba in a box-to-box, and I want to see one holding midfielder. Now, don't worry about the personnel too much. I just want to see this from United this season. I want to see a change in formation because I think last season it was a deeper line. I'm not even going to go back to it. It makes me want to throw up. But we didn't play like that. We played a deeper back four with 2 midfielders in front of it and push the attack back and isolate Bruno. What I want to see this season is the team closer to Bruno, higher up the pitch. Varane will give us that, but you've also got to go with one holding midfielder. So let's see what happens with that. But that's what I want to see. MUTV can't keep up with Goldbridge's production values, says Jimmy Garner. Hashtag TUSC take it. Oh, I've got to give a shout out to Drawty. He's the guy who sorts all that out. But Jesse Lingard has tested positive for COVID. And he's not involved. This is the reason why Lingard is missing. Yeah, I knew about that. I'm sorry if I haven't communicated that back across as well. Jesse Lingard has tested positive today and is not going to be involved. Thank you, Zero Blade. It's a bit of a pain. I've seen a few of them today. You're doing a great job, mate. I wouldn't even time them out. I'd block them, to be honest. But yes, no Jesse Lingard today, which is disappointing for Jesse. I mean, look, it's interesting. I've got Ricky doing a match reaction after the game and we were messaging each other and I said, Ricky, listen up, Ricky. You've got Matic, you've got Martial, you've got Dan James starting. He's over the moon. He just wants to see Mata come on. But ultimately, we were talking about Lingard and both said he's got to go. Like, look at the players we've got to come back. We've still got Rashford to come back, Cavani to come back, Sancho to come in. You've got Pogba, you've got Mata, where Ahmad, Alanga's not even on the bench today. I think he's carrying an injury. Do you need Jesse Lingard? You don't. And I think, look, horrible situation for Jesse to be in with COVID. If he's got bad symptoms, he'll be feeling a bit shit for a few days. Hopefully he's just positive and not got any symptoms. But I think he needs to move on. I do think he needs to move on. What are your thoughts on the starting lineup? Because Stranger Dangerous just said this starting lineup, and I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I like it. I like that starting lineup, and I like the new set we've got for watch-alongs. By the way, big shout out to Draughty Devil. Make sure you smash a like on the video. But I like the kickoff. I like it when it kicks off. I like the kickoff is in 12 minutes, by the way. But I like the starting lineup today, this lunchtime, because it hasn't got McFred in it. You take out Matic and Van der Beek and put McFred in there, we're not as optimistic. So I want it to do well. Of course, I know Pogba's going to come into that team, and I still think Ollie is thinking about starting McFred against Leeds. I think he will do, but they're not starting, and it's an opportunity for Donny and Matic. So let's see how they do. As I said about that, I mean, 58 Go J 58. Thank you very much for your super chat. He says thoughts on tougher penalty calls this year. I mean, look, you make a good point. let's get the rules into the game because we're starting to play proper football now. I'm bloody excited, says Matteo Red Devil. Come on, United. I'm bloody excited as well. You're not the only one who's bloody excited. But let me just give you an update on some of the rule changes. So penalty calls are going to be a little bit more stricter, apparently. I mean, I've got no problem with that as long as they're consistent. What you don't want to see is Salah getting a soft penalty and Bruno not. You know, you want to see consistency. I don't. People start saying, "Oh, this, Bruno's going to get less penalties." I don't mind if he gets less penalties as long as there's consistency across the board. And the same again. They want to get rid of these toenail offsides. So these borderline offsides, they're going to get rid of them. Which, to be honest with you, I think some people would say that's a good thing. Some people would say, if it's offside, it's offside, toenail or whatever. So there you go. James needs to go to Specsavers because the team is on my left. What are your thoughts on Ollie saying Donny spent last season learning about the English League and it takes some players longer to adapt, says Trading with Kieran? I don't think he used him long. I don't think Ollie used him enough last season. I think we can all agree on that. But on the other hand, Fabinho took a year to settle at Liverpool, so these things can happen. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way. We're trying to get to 84,000 today. I don't know why I keep saying tonight. It's lunchtime. We're trying to get up to 84,000 today, so please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We will have an 8 o'clock show for you tonight. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. Sunday night show tomorrow. We've got Adam, Ricky, and a couple of others on. And morning shows, watch-alongs, match reactions. Adam's at the game. He's going to be doing a fan vlog again. So all angles covered on the biggest and best Manchester United fan channel for everybody. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Bye. I'm not really going. I'm just excited. He's back on his bloody board again. Look at him. I've got exclusive rights to the fucking to the match highlights, mate. That's just like being a little rich kid. That is. Oh, look at me and my Air Force Ones. Like, the reality is, if I had match day content, I'd own it as well. I haven't. I want to see a Varane in the United I don't even know who this guy is. I really don't know who he is with his Gant zip up top. I've never bloody heard of him before. And he's got a little bangle on, like me. He's a Poundland Goldbridge. And your beard looks crap. Mark, I'm only bantering. I don't know who he is. I can't even hear him. Mark, maybe Jesse faking illness to avoid being sold like Jones does every transfer window, says Andy and Bruno. He says he's joking. Get well soon. Yeah, he won't be faking. Jesse would have had a good start. Good chance of getting some game time today. I just want to see Varane in a shirt versus Leeds, says Rudy. I don't think you will. Welcome to the Members Club, Mark Wilkins and Gary McClellan. Thanks for joining, lads. Appreciate that. Click the join button if you want to join. And apparently they are trialling to introduce a bins like in rugby. So if you get a yellow, you go off for 10 minutes. Get out, F58. I do think we try and change football too much. What? Did you love football as a kid? Some of you are kids. Do you love football? As a kid, I loved football. I grew up in the 90s. I loved football. I don't need it to change. I don't need it to change. I don't. They're trying to change football all the time. I don't need it to change. So, keep it as it is. Little changes are fine. Big changes, get them in the bin. After your tropic driving yesterday, let's hope for a no 4-4 flashback today, says WF Gaming. Yeah, if you know, you know. Thanks everyone who's subscribing, by the way. Really appreciate that. So we are 7 minutes away. Just changed. 7 minutes away from kickoff. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Please share the video as well, by the way. Share the video. Why are they showing highlights of United playing Everton last season? Oh man, I can't even look at this guy. He's so annoying. I don't know why I find him annoying, but I just find him really annoying. I don't know why. I don't even know why. Just don't look at me, mate. Don't change what ain't broken, says Stefan. I agree with you on that one, pal. I really, really do. I think you're absolutely spot on with that one. Score predictions. Score predictions. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Mark, let's play Cavani at DM, so Martial can play at 9, says Gabe. And also, welcome to the Members Club, Christopher Danielson. Really appreciate those people who are joining the Members Club. You'll have your little badge next to your name. Mark, if we start with this team against Leeds, will you win? Well, look, ultimately, I think we all wanted to see Varane. We all wanted to see Sancho against Leeds. We're not going to see that, are we? But look, I think this is a big opportunity for Donny van der Beek. I think Donny van der Beek could be man of the match today and still be on the bench next week, by the way. I don't think Ollie will listen to anybody talking about that. But it's interesting, isn't it? It's really interesting to see how Donny can do. Of course, we've not even mentioned De Gea in goal. David De Gea in goal. Big player for Manchester United over the years. Many expectations that he was going to be the Manchester United manager. Manchester United. That Dean Henderson was going to be the Manchester United goalkeeper this season. Obviously, he's not fit. Welcome to the Members Club, Matthew. Appreciate that. So De Gea's in goal, and possession is whatever. Can you drop De Gea if he plays well today and Henderson's not played any game time? So to me, it looks like De Gea's in the box seat to be the goalkeeper against Leeds, but he's got to play well. I don't agree having two good goalkeepers. For me, I think it's a bad idea. But the box seat is there. David De Gea is in that box seat, and I hope he does well, because I prefer De Gea. But look, I'm not going to lie. If De Gea doesn't perform, there's a reason. I concede there is a reason why some people want Henderson in goal over De Gea. I don't think you can take the Europa League final as a reason for De Gea not to be the goalkeeper, by the way. I mean, how many times are you going to play in a penalty shootout? I thought the most relevant performance from David De Gea last year was the semi-final, where he was brilliant in Rome. James Carpenter, thanks for becoming a member. And Karan says, Mark, I feel Ollie became scared to lose his job since Everton last year, hence McFred all season. He's never in a comfortable spot like Pep or Klopp. Yeah, but look, you know what? You cannot put Manchester United in the corner. It's a bit like Dirty Dancing. Nobody puts Baby in the corner. Well, nobody puts Manchester United in the corner either. We cannot be that team that doesn't succeed. We cannot be that team that doesn't play the right way. And if you don't succeed... Look, Mourinho... Remember when Jose Mourinho came in and got the job? The general consensus with that was that Mourinho would win us the league but not play good football. And many of us were like, look, at the end of the day, we need to win the league. And that was the general consensus there, that we would take playing bad football to win the league. We played bad football and we didn't win the league, although he did clock in the best points tally we've ever seen. So, 81 since Sir Alex Ferguson left. So, under Ollie, you're not winning things and the football's still not great. So, he's got to start playing good football. Like Arteta, is this a make or break season for Ollie, says 58 Go. And do you not believe Manchester United deserves a complete keeper, i.e. one that can save penalties, says Vader is dead. But Dean Henderson's not a complete goalkeeper either. So what are you talking about? There's very few complete keepers out there. And I certainly don't think that Dean Henderson is a complete goalkeeper by any means. So I don't necessarily agree with you on that one. But look, it's all about opinions. Of course it is. I'm not going to deny that. I'm Team De Gea, as people know. You might be Team New Keeper. You might be Team Henderson. That's up to you, really, at the end of the day. Is it a make or break season for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Yes and no. I mean, look, if he finishes outside the top four, he probably gets the sack. If he wins the league or he wins the Champions League, he probably stays in post for 10 years. If he finishes third and he's a long way off the title, I still think the Glazers would keep him in place. But I think there is a pressure there. I talk about this. It's the scales of Ollie. The scales of Ollie are like that. Ollie in, Ollie out, Ollie shake it all about, Ollie out, right? Without a shadow of a doubt, I think Ollie in is winning at the moment and Ollie out is probably about there. But a few bad results, no progression from the way that we are coached, and that starts to go like that. Because Man United fans are not stupid. The standards at Manchester United are to win things, right? Players coming out on the pitch. I love to see red against blue. The standards at Manchester United are to win things and then winning things in the right way. We could end up having a very comfortable season and finishing third, but if we play like we did last year, I think Ollie will start to lose the fans because he's been here long enough now, and what Man United fans don't want to be, what we never want to be, is Arsenal or complacent or and just become boring. So I do think it's a make or break season for Ollie, but I do think that the great thing is about having fans in the ground is that if he plays shitty, boring football, he'll be known. He'll get told about it. Whereas last year he wouldn't have got told about it, would he? Wasn't talking about Henderson, just in general. Says Vader is dead. Yeah, I did cover that, didn't I? I just said you could want a goalkeeper in general. Please smash a like on the video anyway. I feel like this game today is a proper game. There's no points at stake, but it is a first team Everton bar one or two players. It is a United first team, bar 1 or 2 players. And it is about proper fitness. I expect to see some good tackles. It's proper. I want to see the tempo up. I want to see a good performance from United today. Let's see what happens. Fantastic to see Harry Maguire back in the team as well. Luke Shaw. Come on, Everton, Mark. You must be worried for the season as you key signings are out and City could get Messi and, of course, Maddison, Martinez and Silva for you, says Zayn Miassi. Haven't you got an Arsenal game to go and watch? I mean, can't you go and lose to Hibernian or something? I'm sure there's a game that you could go and watch as well, Zayn, instead of watching us. But look, we might lose today. I don't mind if we lose today, as long as we show... I'm looking at... First few minutes, I'm looking at that midfield. I think the pre-season games we played before, it was definitely a back six. I'm looking at that midfield. I'm looking at the speed on the ball. These are the things I'm looking at today. They're the 2 things. And I will not accept people going, it doesn't matter. It's only pre-season. It does matter. We're kicking off against Leeds in a week. We've got to get some fitness and tempo and chemistry into those legs. Very important. And a very big test against Everton, because you look at that Everton side and you go, you know what? If you were playing that Everton team, and Andros Townsend starting as well, I couldn't see him. If you were playing that Everton team next week, you'd be like, this could be a difficult game. So we've got to go and do it. Mark, any update on Varane and quarantine? Saw that he may have a double jab. Personally want to see McGann from game 1. Come on, the boys, says Edward Walters. I presume Varane is going to have to quarantine for 5 days because he landed yesterday. So, in fact, I think he landed on Thursday. So if he didn't need to quarantine, surely we would have done the medical yesterday. Surely he'd be sat in the crowd today. He's not. So Varane, medical mid next week, won't be playing against Leeds, which gives Leeds more of a chance. It really does. It really, really does. I'm up for this though. Let's see what happens. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Get involved, everybody. You're very, very welcome. We're back with live watch along football on the United Stand. Looking forward to it. Get your comments in. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for those people who've become a member. Let's see what it's all about. But you know what? Last few days on the United Stand, I have been, people have said, is it that time of the month? Well, no, men don't get that. So stop being sexist. One way or the other. And also, what I was going to say is that I think that we are, very close to the start of the season now. So I want to see a good tempo from Manchester United. I do. I want to see us playing well. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Anthony, is that Anthony Taylor or is it Mike Dean? Martin Atkinson. It's Martin Atkinson. Martin Atkinson's the ref. They take the knee. It's a long knee, that is. Bloody hell. I'd struggle to get up from that. And finally, it's a pre-season game, mate. Stop pissing about with your bloody watch and kick the game off, you tosser. Bloody hell. Bloody hell's right. Right, let's get this timer up on the screen. They're so pedantic, these referees, aren't they? They really are. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Anyway, let's see how United play here. Looks to me like it's a holding midfield 2 straight away. Oh, nice little ball into the angle there for Iwobi. And Lindelof gives up a corner straight away. Early corner for Everton. So yeah, what we're looking for here is tempo. Not only in how we use the ball, but also in our fitness levels. Are Everton going to be at a different level? This was a problem that we had last season in the first 3 games against Brighton and Crystal Palace and Spurs. Their fitness levels obliterated us, especially the Palace game. So let's just see how close we are to Everton, because I think Everton's pre-season has been a bit better than ours. And an early cross comes in there, and De Gea has gone down here. It looked like a foul on De Gea, that to me. I think the title race is already over. Man City's squad is too stacked. Only real challengers are United and Chelsea. Will Liverpool be a real threat, says Mihalo. Yeah, that would have been a foul on De Gea by Michael Keane, 100%. My team to win the title, 4-4-2 formation. De Gea, Shaw, Varane, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Rashford, Pogba, Fernandes, Sancho, Greenwood, Cavani, says Connor Lynett. So change the formation that doesn't need one. Yeah, that would have been a foul on De Gea, 100% by Michael Keane. Referee's given a goal kick. I'm not really bothered about that, but it would have been a foul. Matic is playing more deeper. So they keep an eye on that. Let's keep an eye on that. It is pretty much how I've got it on the screen, to be fair. Donny a little bit more advanced than Matic. And obviously Bruno a lot more advanced than Donny. But there you can see it's become a 4-2 again. It's become a McFred again. But nice little ball into Dan James. Keep it simple, Dan. Keep it simple. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. We're trying to get up to 84,000 subscribers today. So please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. You're very, very welcome on the United Stand. Live every night at 8 o'clock. Morning shows at 10. Watch-alongs, previews, everything going on. Martial coming deep there. Wins it back. But I don't like to see this already. The number 9 playing as a bloody midfielder again. It's only early days. Pickford kicks it away. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of rust today from United, I would imagine. Want to get Donny on the ball a bit. Get Donny on the ball. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Large Anus is there with his comedy name. How is your day, says Calvin. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Maguire there coming forward, as we know he will do. Luke Shaw. My laptop's ready to take off here. It's not used to it. I wasn't baited. I read it out on purpose. Bloody baited. It's like bloody playing Football Manager again. Nice ball to Luke Shaw. Cross comes in. Oh, that was a good cross. I thought Martial was going to get a tap in there. Good play by Luke Shaw there. Continuing on from last season with his advancement. My arm's all right, Anatar. I had my second COVID vaccine on Thursday and felt a lot better than I did. Oh, go on, wide ball, Matic. I needed to go a lot quicker. Yeah, I felt a lot better than I did after the first one. So yeah, I'm reasonably happy with that so far. I even went. Well, I didn't go down the gym, but I did a bit of exercise this morning. Corner to United. Luke Shaw on it. Cross comes in. And Everton will get that away. And Donny will pick this up. Goes all the way back to the keeper. Didn't need to do that, Donny. Didn't need to do that. But United keep the ball. Slick Hugo Boss sweatshirt, says Michael Costa. Yeah, this is one of my favourites. It's one of my favourite tops. I wear it a lot. I need to get something new, actually. Would you like to see Greenwood as a number 9 when Sancho is out wide, says Spike? Yeah, I mean, look, I want to see Greenwood playing up front more. I think his physicality, nice little interchange there between Donny and Greenwood. Tempo's good. The tempo has been good. Michael Keane puts it out for a throw. And I'm pleased by Manchester United's tempo here. Good start, good tempo. That comes from the midfield. It comes from the midfield. You're right. I don't know who said that, but you're absolutely right. The tempo comes from the midfield. And nicely knocking the ball around here. Matic playing sort of like an auxiliary CDM. You see how Matic drops in? Playing very deep, Matic. He's like we're like playing a back three because he just wants to run the game and have the ball. Martial and Bruno playing very close together, but good movement of the ball by United. It's a lot quicker. Nice ball in there to Martial's feet. Atkinson doesn't give the foul. Donny's looking incredibly fast at releasing the ball, says Josh Lineker. Yeah, I'm going to put a tweet out actually just to wind up the McFred fan club. Pump it up a little more. Get the party going at the band. Here's Dan James. Meep, meep. Into Bruno. Goes wide. Into Bruno again. I mean, that to me is the big indicator that already in this first 7 minutes, we've seen Bruno and Martial have more touches than they probably had in 90 minutes last season. Matic, nice little flick into Greenwood. And Pickford. Whoa, it's a goal! Yes! Mason Greenwood, 1-0. Mistake by Pickford at the back. Mason, the generational talent. The boy's gifted. He's gifted. I mean, it wasn't a gifted goal, but the gifted talent. He's so gifted. Well, it was a gift. It was a gift from Pickford, the Pratt. Look at this. Digne, Pickford, Pratford, 1-0. There we go. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Nice start by United. Deserved the goal from the tempo that we've set. Caused the mistake from the tempo. And Greenwood, he ain't going to miss from there. Manchester United 1. Everton 0. Get in. Headed back by Digne to Pickford. He's fumbled it with those plasticine arms, and Greenwood's had a tap in. Bernardo Silva has been linked to Arsenal, says 58. Good. Not bothered. 1-0 to Manchester United. That's what it's all about. And a very good start. 8 minutes in. We've got a goal. We've got good tempo. Physically, fitness-wise, doesn't look too bad. Very interesting topic. But I'm going to talk to Ricky. I've got Ricky on after my match reaction. I'm doing a little match reaction with him. I'm going to talk to him about Matic, because I say Matic is finished. And I do think he's finished, because I don't think he can play 2 games a week. And I think that's the biggest problem. But why didn't we use him last year if he's not finished? Matt Carroll, Prime Everton, Pickford, get in. So yeah, 9 minutes gone. Man United winning 1-0. Everton get impressed a lot here. Impressive start by United. Lots of energy. Good to see. The generational talent making it 1-0. But Everton now. Nice little ball into Iwobi. Of course, no Richarlison or Calvert-Lewin for Everton, which weakens them. But look at this by United again. Lovely little play. Interchanging. Looks great. Lovely tempo to the play. Really like it. I really do. Intelligent little link-up plays between Donny and Greenwood and Bruno and Matic and Martial. I'm loving it. Loving it. Just loving the tempo, the confidence on the ball. None of those McTominay pivots where he looks one way, turns the other way, or Fred letting it bounce off his foot like a concrete boulder. You know, we're moving it nicely. Confidently. It's good to see. Matic just taking the ball off the keeper there, and everyone's just moving the ball at a much quicker tempo. I mean, how long they can keep. Oh, look at that. Lovely little play. Matic. Oh, that's a bad pass by Matic, but the nice little layoff by Bruno. Hunger. Lovely. Do you think Liam Waghorn is finished? Says BCW Gaming. Don't know who it is. Private joke. I've changed my mind on Lingard. While he was not playing for us, he was still having issues with his mental health. He's still a really good player, says Red Baron. And, oh, it's another fumble. Oh, Martial. Probably should have scored there. Bruno shoots from distance. I tell you what, he should be on CBBC, Pickford. Mr. Fumble. He's fumbling everything. Couldn't catch a cold at the moment. Donny points and dictates in a way that McFred can't, says Andy Harris. And Chris Waters, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super chat there. Good shot though from Bruno. Everton on the attack here with Coleman. But yeah, good start from United here. Now it's Bruno coming away. Use Meep. Yeah. You should have gone forward there, Meep. You happy to see Donny and Bruno starting together, says Ahmad. Yeah, I mean, look, I think we should have seen it a lot more last year, but the past is in the past. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what happens this season. I'll say what I said on the show 11 last night. I think Donny could play world class today, and he still won't start against Leeds. I still think it will be McTominay, Fred, or Pogba who starts. I don't think Matic will start either. But maybe there's different reasons for Matic. The thing about Matic for me is can he actually play enough games for us? But I like it. I liked Matic and Van der Beek against Wolves. People forget they have played each other again. They have played together before. Statics Matic's not looking very static at the moment. Donny's vertical movement, very nice. Could do the job if Pogba leaves, says Chris Watters. A bit of a wasted ball there between Greenwood and Donny. But is Andros Townsend? Luke Shaw's on the chase. What do you think about the Messi thing? I think it's a shame he's leaving Barcelona in the circumstances he is. I'm a romantic when it comes to football, and I think Lionel Messi leaving Barcelona after all these years because Barcelona can't afford him to go to Moneybags PSG, I don't think it's exciting. I think it's very sad. But it's the modern game, isn't it? The Man Cities, the PSGs of this world are going to dominate this great sport we love. We need to get used to it, but I think it's sad. There's offside there. Just giving it. Thank you, ref. Offside against Everton. So, 13 minutes gone. Just over 13 minutes gone. Manchester United leading 1-0. Good tempo. And again, we talk about this all the time. It comes from the midfield. It comes from the midfield. The reason United look better, and it is a pre-season game, but it is against the good Everton side, and we are only a week out from the start of the season. The reason United look better is because we've got two players who are comfortable on the ball and they are getting the tempo going. Look, Greenwood there. Bit of a bad pass, actually, to Donny. But we've won it back. Bruno. It's a good ball to Dan James. And it's a good tackle by Seamus Coleman. Ollie's been here learning on the job years. Can you give an example of anything learnt? Players still running to ground, poor tactics, subs, etc. says Wayne List. It's a new season, Wayne. Give him a chance. Mark, whatever else we can take from this game, surely it currently proves that the point that McFred should not be something we see this season. Tempo, says Andy and Bruno. I agree. It's like Ken Barlow leaving Corrie, says Paul Roscoe. Context. Cross comes in. Maguire! 2-0! Have a bit of that. Have a bit of that. Luke Shaw with the cross. Harry with the header. Harry on the spot. 2-0 to Manchester United. Totally deserved. We're looking hot. And it's Harry's head. I tell you what, he's got it on target. No more 50p. Imagine if Maguire can start directing his headers like that. It's a lovely header. What a header by Maguire. That's fantastic. That's really, really great. What a header. That is fantastic. Lovely cross by Luke Shaw. Let's have a look at this. Up he goes. Well, it's poor marking, but it's a very good header by Maguire. 2-0 to Manchester United. Comfortable times. And Everton are 2-0 down. And United are 2-0 up after a very, very good start to the game from Manchester United. I've really got to say it's been fantastic. Thanks for the sticker there, Renate. And this is why United needs to sign a proper CDM. Why aren't we linked to one, especially a player like Paulinho from Sporting, says Mr. T. And I think you make a great point there, because as good as United have been, Matic is the only player we've got who can play in that role, isn't it? Like, nobody else can run the game like Matic has done here. And this is the problem. We all know Matic is the best CDM we've got, but we also all know that he can't play twice a week. So what are you going to do in the Champions League games or the Premier League games where Matic doesn't play? You're going to play McTominay or Fred. Iwobi, cross, go on. Stay tight. Everton in the box here. Cross into the box, headed away. Lindelof, they'll lay it off. Coleman, cross comes in. Back post, what? Who's marking on the back post again? You see, Wan-Bissaka again is tucked in because of Lindelof. Nobody on the back post. Iwobi should do better. The Arsenal banter crap player. But look, watch this. Cross to the back post. Iwobi gets tucked in. Who's on the back post? The marking is all wrong there. All wrong. Because Wan-Bissaka's tucked in again. Get Varane on, says Matt Carroll. Can't keep getting caught out like that. Lovely ball. Lovely ball. Out wide to Dan James. Matic into Greenwood. Bruno to Dan James. Greedy. Greedy Dan. Greedy Dan. He should have been passing there. I mean, Ron, it says Wan-Bissaka never learns. I really don't think it's Wan-Bissaka. I think it's Lindelof. I think he gets tucked in because Lindelof is crap in the air. Dan James should have laid that off there. Definitely. Harry Maguire's song is giving us luck, says Andreas. Another corner here for United. Well, let's see if we can be a threat. Caramilk. What's caramilk? Golden caramel chocolate. Caramilk. It sounds a bit off that. Cadbury's, you know. Cross comes in again. Maguire's on it again. Headed straight at the keeper this time. Don't blame Lindelof for everything. Mate, it's all about opinion. I'm telling you my opinion. I'm not going to bloody change my opinion. That's not how it works. Type your opinion in. Release the pressure. I'm telling you now, I think Lindelof is the problem with Wan-Bissaka tucking in. And I've been saying it for about 8 months. But the passing's been very good. Hi, Mark. How would you sum up United's pre-season, says Daz's football stand? Shit, to be honest. But at the moment, this looks impressive. So... Well headed out by Lindelof there. I think the passing today has been immaculate from United. They look vibrant. The tempo is so good. I'm loving it. I'm loving the tempo. Bruno, trying to find Martial there. I hope Martial gets a goal today. There's a lot of space out there. Lovely play by Lindelof. Calmly into Matic, who just looks very fit. Matic. Does well there. I mean, Matic has been my man of the match. Here's Bruno. Goes wide. Greenwood. Back to Bruno. Corner ball. Now he's giving a goal kick. Giving a goal kick. No, Matic is my man of the match so far. Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know? James Stewart on Twitter says, what a pleasure to watch a midfield that actually wants to move the ball forward. It's like watching a different team. I've said it, called it. I'm sure many of you have seen it as well. It's so frustrating. It really is so frustrating that we we talk about this all the time. And football is so simple. It really is so simple. It's not rocket science. I know Pep makes a simple game very complicated and he's a great manager, but we've been on about this for so long. Games are won and lost in the midfield. You can't play like this with McTominay and Fred. You just can't. This performance would be totally different. This first 20 minutes would not have been like this. They cannot move the ball like Matic and Fred and Bruno can. They just can't do it. They don't have it in them to do it. And we can keep trying to whack those square pegs into round holes with big hammers. But the reality is McTominay and Fred can't play this sort of football. And the reason this game has been like this... How much of the ball has Bruno had? How much of the ball has Greenwood had? They would never get that last season because the tempo would be slow. The tempo is so quick today. Quite refreshing so far to have a pivot that's looking forward when they receive the ball and know when to release the ball. Joshua, it's like a window in my mouth because it's a breath of fresh air. It really is an open window. That is. The play has been so good. The layoff play from Martial, Greenwood, James, Bruno. They're getting the ball quick early and they're having time to do something with it. Very good. I mean, it's flown by as well. You know, you don't normally have 21 minutes where it's just absolutely flown by as well. Thanks for the super chat there, Mark Wilkins. Please subscribe, by the way. We're trying to get up to 84,000 subscribers today. Please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Let's see if we can hit it. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Good tackle there by Michael Keane. Now, here we go. Oh, he just skips past Matic there. That's the problem. Bit of pace. Damari Gray, nice little ball, good interception by Lindelof, and United come away with it. And Dan James doesn't keep it in. I don't think Sancho will play the Everton game. He might make the bench. He might make the bench. Look at Donny there, nice and calm. I've been so impressed with the passing today. I mean, call a spade a spade. I will call Ollie out. I will call United out. I will do it. But when they get it right, surely this is what we want. You know, I think some fans are just negative because they want to be proven right. Oh, Ollie's a PE teacher. He's this, that, and the other. When we get it right, we get it right. And Donny gets caught on the ball there. That's fine. Lindelof's got it. We're only 200 subscribers away from 84,000. So please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Welcome to the United Stand. I'm scared we won't go in for a midfielder now because Matic is playing well, says Matthew Morello. Well, that would be stupid. That would be a stupid move. I think Matic is a really interesting one. I mean, for me, I'd sell Matic. I know that sounds stupid. He's man of the match. But why didn't we use him last year then? He retired from international duty and was fit all last year and we never used him. If Matic is the answer, why did we let a 30-whatever-year-old have a year off? Why didn't we use him last year? I think the problem with Matic is he can't play every week. And if he can't play every week, then, you know, we're going to have to use McTominay or Fred. And if we've got to use McTominay or Fred, we're going to go back to playing like we did last week. I think Matic makes it even more important that we buy a midfielder because it just shows you what we can do with a midfielder. Seeing Donny van der Beek play, are you shocked Ali hasn't used him, says S. Ahmed. Yeah, I don't think Van der Beek will be playing much this season. Yeah, I hope I'm going to be wrong, but I don't think he will. I actually think Van der Beek played very well in the games he played last year in the vast majority and still didn't get picked. I still think he won't get used. But, you know, I hope I'm wrong on that. Dan James on the left this season marked. Matic is awesome, says Venkat. Dan James won't play much football. Corner cleared away by Everton there. Feel like Lindelof is playing well today, says Twerfy. Well, we need him to play well. We need him to play well because he's going to be playing against Leeds. Oh. Great tackle, Wan-Bissaka. What a tackle by Wan-Bissaka. Damari Gray, they had a 2v1. Genius tackle by Wan-Bissaka there. Timed it to perfection. 2 seasons in a row, Rashford run into the ground. Zonal marking, misusing Pogba, lack of subs, poor pre-season, no real CDM. How many chances does Ollie get, says Wayne List. Look at it. Love it. Love it. First touch. First touch passing. Where have you been? It's like a long lost aunt. First touch passing from Matic and Van der Beek there. The tempo goes up with a first time pass. Bruno with a good tackle there. I told you, we don't need Trippier to take Wan-Bissaka's place. I think Wan-Bissaka is an excellent, excellent right back. Don't need Wan-Bissaka kicking out of the team for anyone. No, you know. But yeah, we've got player ratings. You can vote for your player ratings in the second half. And I think we will see a lot of changes in the second half, by the way. But United looking defensively solid. The midfield race battle is being won. And look, remember, we've got levels to go up. Sancho will come into this team. Varane will come into this team. The problem is, will McTominay and Fred come into this team and ruin the tempo? But look at that again. First touch, first time by Donny. Careful, careful. We've lost the ball because of the first touch, but I still admire it because the tempo's a lot better. Good cross. Good bit of defending by Maguire. Look at that. And then we win the throw-in. I don't hate on Wan-Bissaka, Ben. I'm a massive fan of Wan-Bissaka. I'm not going to have it. I like him. I like him a lot. Look at that again. Nice little play. Lovely ball. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. It's first touch as well. It's first touch so much of the time from Donny. And even Matic as well. The tempo is fantastic. I think so many players are looking absolutely on it. Good cross, Dan James. Headed away, Michael Keane. Yes, Cheek, I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka is overhated, not overrated. I don't think Sancho will start next week, Darren, but you never know. I think Ollie's obviously told him, go out there and give me 45 minutes intense play. And then second half, we'll probably see a different team, maybe an hour. Look at that. Oh, see, Donny just wants to hit it first time all the time. Donny's such a joy to watch. Refreshing change, says Karash. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. You can do that through the $ if you wish. Again, look at their passing. It's so good. So good. Even Maguire from the back there. The passing from United has been absolutely fantastic. Go back to Luke. Oh, look at that from Bruno into Luke Shaw. Edge of the box to Matic. Matic. Well, he should have got a foul on the edge of the box. And he's given it. You can really clearly see how much more the pace the squad has without McFred. We're screaming for a CDM. Glazer's still out, says Matt Owen. Well, I'm going to tweet this as well, and you can retweet it if you want. Do you really like it? So it's a free kick for United right on the edge of the box here. Bruno will be looking to open up his account. Let's have a look. Edge of the box. Free kick. 28 minutes. There's only one person going to hit this, and his name's Bruno Fernandes. My favourite player. I'd love him to sit down, the twats in our fan base as well. I think Bruno's played well today as well. I don't think there's been a bad performance from United, actually. I mean, Martial probably hasn't had the service again, but good work. Bruno, free kick. Oh! Oh! Let's go! Let's go, Bruno! Rocket! Absolute rocket! I don't care whether Pickford's got small arms or not. That was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely incredible. What a goal by Bruno Fernandes. 3-0. All I've got to say is Bruno, Bruno, Bruno. What a hit. What a bloody hit. That is absolutely fantastic. What a free kick. Pickford could have go gadget arms. He's not going to save that. I tell you what. I think it's just a shame that I'd like to keep some of this for Leeds. It's been the perfect half an hour. You can't fault anybody. We've been absolutely magnificent for a pre-season game. Absolutely magnificent. Bruno, heard you, Mark, sitting down the haters. I can't believe there are people in our fan base that go in on Bruno. You know who you are. You know you do it. I don't mind rivals going in on Bruno. That's just the way it is. But there are people in our fan base that go in on Bruno. Sit down with a cup of tea and have a long, hard think about yourselves. You absolute prats. This player is our best player. He's our most important player. And I know Pogba's a fantastic player, but God knows whether Pogba's still going to be here at the end of the month or in a year's time. But Bruno Fernandes, whether he's as talented as Pogba, I don't, probably not. But what he contributes to the team consistently, he's so important to us and he's so important to our season. But I tell you what, there is a little bit about me that's so impressed. I wish we'd kept something back for Leeds. We've almost been too good. Because I think the team has been fantastic. It's been superb. Absolutely superb. And look, the concerns we had about not having a pre-season, to be fair, our fitness levels look absolutely fine at the moment, don't they? And it just goes to show you that, you know, fair play. Lovely play by Dan James here. Nicely into Bruno. But maybe Everton's fitness levels are shit because United's are looking great. Here's Bruno again. Reverse pass. Good tackle by Decore. So glad my pre-season friendly got called off this morning. Get to watch this, says Grant Johnson. And Bruno. Pickford the cheeky get dive for that. He's our boy, says Andy and Bruno. United can't win the league with Ollie. It's a fact, says Jack Hansen. You see, what are we talking about stuff like that for? Look at that. First touch passing between Matic and Donny has been unbelievable. Because we're not used to it. And, you know, other clubs will be going, why is Goldbridge talking so much about first touch passing from the midfield? Well, because we don't do it. We don't do it. United's midfield is like Netflix and chill. You know, we really do just relax and enjoy the moment with the ball. You know, Netflix and chill. You need to treat it like a hot potato and move it fast. And United have moved it fast brilliantly. And look, Matic is a player that, to be honest, I've criticised in the past for, you know, taking too many touches on the ball. But, oh, Wan-Bissaka, nearly on the back post. Could it be that Ollie thinks Varane will solve all our issues and that's why we'll have to tolerate our CDM inequities, says Clive Roberts. Mark, seeing the way United play, just imagine how better we play when Sancho and Varane are playing. Get a CDM next and let's win the Prem, says Sean O'Sullivan. And you can see there's no pressure on Bruno because he actually has ballers around him. Donny and Matic has been such a pleasure to watch, says AJ Singh. And the passing has been great, but wow, the pressing is unlike anything I've seen under Ollie, says Uzar. Yeah, I mean, I haven't noticed the press as much as I have the passing, really. And I'm sure the pressing has been good. But, you know, the pressing, you can't keep that up for 60 games, but you can keep up the tempo of passing the ball. Letting the ball do the work for you is a very important asset, and United have really made that happen this first half. It's been a real pleasure to watch this. I wish we could do the player ratings now. Pickford's conceded more goals in 30 minutes than he did in the Euros, says Ethan, and it's been a superb 30 minutes. United 3-0 up and India wins their first Olympic gold, says Kanishka. Big shout out to India. Well done. Well done. Tell us in what event it was in. I don't know what's going on there. Look at that flick by Bruno into Tony. Heavy first touch. It's a shame. Surely Ollie can't be seeing this and not put this side out against Leeds. We've been too good today, says Koresh. Sell Pogba, Donny and CDM is all we need, says Andrew McGrath. And could this affect Varane and Sancho starting against Leeds? Maybe Ollie may think they haven't had a pre-season, so they're not going to start anyway, Josh. Sancho and Varane won't start against Leeds anyway. I'm not even expecting that. So it's good to see Ollie try and Van der Beek in midfield pivot. No more. He is only number 10. Crap, says Savesh. Yeah. Is it worth me taking the piss? Yeah, I've done it. We are playing a lot higher up the pitch, though. I'm just reading Levin's tweet. He says, we're playing higher up the pitch. The passing is better. The movement is better. The tempo is higher. This is what I love to see. And I think that's the most important thing. The tempo is always going to be the most important thing. Look at the strength by Wan-Bissaka there. And he wins the throw-in. Fantastic. You love to see it. Imagine this team's defence with Varane, says Mark King. I mean, look, I agree. I think with Varane we become a better team, but as I'll keep saying, it's not really about that, is it? It's not really about that. It's about the midfield. The midfield is the reason that we are a better team to watch. I think Varane will make us better and we'll play higher up the pitch, but you drop McFred into that team again and the tempo goes because they don't know how to pass. Apparently Jadon Sancho's done a tweet. I mean, do you want me to read it out? Is that why you're saying it? I mean, I'm not really into players and social media when there's a match on, but he says, Bruno, there we go. He knows the game. Jadon knows the game. I mean, he's only got 950,000 followers on Twitter. That'll be up to about 10 million in a year, guarantee. He needs the social. Give Jadon a follow. He needs it. Michael Carrick's head is massive, says Matt Carroll. Well, I would be with the way the midfield's playing. Loving this, Mark. Just completely proves the point you've been making about having one CDM who can play quick ball. Love the content. Well, you know what? This channel just isn't just a channel that moans. You know, we actually try to be constructive in our moaning. And we did a show with Levin, didn't we, about a week ago, talking about we need one midfielder who takes the ball off the back four and dictates the play. We've done it today. Unfortunately, Matic can't be that midfielder across a whole season, though, because he can't play every game. Mark, you think the crowd will make a difference to how Ollie sets up this season, says Nicholas. Hopefully. Corner to Everton here. What a joyous Saturday lunchtime it's been, though, so far. Really, really have enjoyed this performance. Thank you for the super chat, Codwith. Let's just see what happens with this corner. Damari Gray's on it for Everton. And Bruno heads it away. Actually insane how with Bruno we have a 150 million pound player, in my opinion. Never want him sold. His influence on our team is incredible, says Cool Collectible. Yeah, I don't mind rivals, as I said, slating Bruno. I mean, in fact, I embrace that, but I'll never understand why our own fans have a go at him. Header on the back post there for, is it Godfrey? And heads it over. Again, a little bit sleepy on the back post here, Luke Shaw, because he's tucking in again. Look at how our left backs, our full backs just tuck in. There's no reason for Luke Shaw to be tucking in that much there, but we've got to sort that out. Got to sort that out. This shows we no longer need Pogba. He can dance to the nearest airport, says Venkat. Ooh, harsh. I don't want to see Pogba going. I'd like to see him stay, but, you know, let's see what happens. Good work by Martial there. That was a foul. Yeah, and I think, you know, good comment here from Atty. He says Bruno looks sharper after a good rest. Yeah, and there are a few United players that have had a good rest. Donny's had a good rest, didn't play in the Euros. Martial didn't play in the Euros. Greenwood didn't play in the Euros. You could argue Dan James didn't play in the Euros. I'm only joking. You know, obviously, and those players that did play in the Euros, the Pogbas, the Brunos, the McTominays, the Freds, the Shaws, the Maguires, they've had a good 3 weeks. I mean, that's not too bad on an international tournament to get 3 weeks off. Some of them have had a lot longer than that. Mark, you've been saying it's the midfield and the centre-back pairing for a long time now. It's crazy what United can do when they go and buy the players we need, says Matt Owen. Yeah, we still need to buy a midfielder, by the way. I don't think we should just, you know, close our eyes off to that. And a good point there from JD saying rotation's important. Look, yeah, even if you love this 11, you've still got to use 5 or 6 other players consistently as well, because that's something Ollie didn't do last year. And I think players like Fred will be important, and McTominay will be important. And, you know, obviously you've got Sancho and Varane to come in. Rashford will come back at some point. I'd like to see Dalot given some game time. Tellez when he's fit. You know, rotation's going to be very important. Of course, Pogba if he stays. Could Donny play CDM? I'd like to see it tried. I don't think we will try it, but I would like to see it tried. Good tackle there by Donny. Overview on how Van der Beek is playing, says Finley. I mean, for me, I think the 2 best players on the pitch are Donny and Matic because they've dictated the play. Neither of them have scored a goal, but they've dictated the play. And that's, to me, is just such a massive step forward because United don't do that. We don't play with a high tempo. And the tempo has come from Donny and Matic. The speed of movement, the first touch, the passing of forward as well, very important. It's just things we're not used to seeing. So I think for me, Donny and Matic have been the best 2 players on the pitch. But the longevity of that concerns me. I don't think he'll use Donny when the season starts. And I don't think he can use Matic consistently because of his fitness levels. So, you know, it's been great to see, but it just highlights we need a midfielder. Dylan Thomas, thanks for the super chat. Here's Zane. Mark, just as Roy Keane said to Vieira in the tunnel, see you on the pitch. Well, we will see you on the pitch at the Emirates. Get ready. Mate, I'm looking for... I can't wait for the Emirates game. You know, it's always nice to get 3 points. And, you know, I'd be more worried about your season than ours, mate. At least we're in the Champions League and, you know, favourites for top 4. I don't know what your favourites for. There's Dennis Law. Legend. Looking well, Dennis. Looking well. 25,000 people watching nearly. Please share the video if you're watching. And we are trying to get up to 84,000 subscribers today. So please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We're live every night at 8 o'clock and we will be live at 8 o'clock tonight. We've got a match reaction where you can vote for your player ratings, marking every player out of 10, 6 being the average. We'll get that up on the website in the second half. We've got a match vlog from Adam, who's at the game. We've got Ricky back on as well. 8 o'clock show, Sunday night show. Tomorrow night's show is going to be very much looking at the season ahead. Ricky's on that, Adam's on that. A couple of others are on it as well. Looking forward to that. So please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, lots to get involved in. United have been very impressive. I bet our game slows right down second half when McFred comes on, says David Hunt. I hope it does, David, because actually I'd be a bit worried if the tempo stayed up the same with Matic and Fred, although hopefully they will start playing in a more expansive way. Farley says, do you think Martial could challenge with Cabana? Says Farley. And I don't know if it would be a title challenging, a CDM would do good for this dynamics of the team. And yes, a javelin gold for India, says Kisali. Well, well done. Well done. Not about United, but are you surprised James Rodriguez is still at Everton after Ancelotti left, says Genwill. I thought Rodriguez was starting. Well, he has started. Yeah. He's right in front of me. I've not noticed him. I've just not noticed him. I thought he was on the bench. Like, that's how bad Hamas has been. Do you think he's happy at Everton? I mean, like, I like James Rodriguez. I really, really do. But, since that World Cup in 2014 in Brazil, he's just not... He's not fulfilled his talent, has he? Whether it was at Real Madrid, Bayern, Everton. He was a fantastic player, but the consistency and settling, he just doesn't seem to do it. Doesn't seem to be able to settle that well, which is a shame. Somebody just said then Martial's definitely not a number 9. It's funny how he won Player of the Year and scored loads of goals as a number 9, isn't it? But you can write him off after 40 minutes. I mean, the trouble with our fan base is we've always got to have a scapegoat. How many chances has Martial had in this game? None. Do I think he's played well? Yeah, I think his link-up play's been good. But again, we've not given him any service. Who are you most confident will come to United, says Finlay? I think it would be Trippier. Do you think James Garner can ever fulfil that role as a CDM for United, or do you think he's not good enough, says Bears? I think he can do. I don't think he's ready yet. I really want him to go on loan. There's talk of Garner going on loan to Derby. I don't want him to go to Derby. I think Derby's a mess. I'm not even convinced Rooney's a good manager. I think Derby County is a bit of a mess. I wouldn't really want Garner going there. I think he needs to go to a better club than that. Mark, India won in the javelin event, says Kanishka. There you go. I am doing a Community Shield watch along. 5 o'clock on That's Football. Watching this, just imagine if it was Rice sitting with Pogba and Bruno in front, says Christian. We need a holding midfielder, don't we? Because the scary thing is Matic is the only one who can do it. Nobody else can do the job Matic does. So if Matic doesn't play, we can't play like this. That's the scary thing. If Matic doesn't play, we can't play like this because we actually haven't got a CDM. And we already know that Matic can't play Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. So the problem for the season ahead is the one the fans have known for 6 months. We need to buy a holding midfielder because we haven't got anybody who can do that role apart from Matic, and he can't play every game. See, even there, De Gea, simple pass into Matic's feet because he's coming for the ball, and he's getting the game going. Lingard, we wish him well. He's got COVID, so disappointing for him because I think he might have been involved in this game actually. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back. And as Paul Robinson, our moderator, says, Donick better than McFred. Matic. Here's Dan James. I mean, Dan James has not had a great half. Okay. Not a bad cross, that. That Bruno free kick was something special. It really was. We've been treated. We have really been treated. I suppose the interesting thing will be whether he makes any changes at half-time or he gives them an hour. I personally think we should be giving them an hour, but he might not. He might give them. He might do the half and half thing. I personally think what Ollie will do is, remember Southgate did this with Grealish in the Euros. He took him off after 65 minutes so he wouldn't get man of the match, and then he wouldn't get the pressure of having to start him in the next game. I think that Ollie might take Donny off at half time and put McTominay on, just so that we forget about Donny and McTominay starts pinging it around. Because what Ollie doesn't want is people demanding that Donny starts against Leeds. So I think he'll take him off at half-time. Well, I fear he'll take him off at half-time. Hopefully he won't do. I think, I don't think he should be coming off, but we'll see. We're just about to hit half-time here. And he does blow for half-time. So, fantastic half from Manchester United, that is. I know it's pre-season and it can flip the other way, can't it? I think we've played pre-season games where we've played badly and people have said, it's only pre-season. You play well and people will say, it's only pre-season. But we're a week out from playing Leeds. And I think that is a really, really good half from Manchester United. And we can't play this quick game with Pogba. He's so slow and stays too much with the ball. Can't defend either, says Victor. I mean, that's an interesting thing. Can you play that with Pogba? Mark, Matic should do what Liverpool players do and fake having asthma so he can take performance enhancers, says DAK. Sorry, Liverpool fans. I don't know whether that's true or not, but DAK obviously thinks it is. But yeah, a very, very good first half. Donic running the show. Donny and Matic, absolutely fantastic first half from them. And to me, look, I'm sure we'll talk about it. I'm sure people are going to get your thoughts in on the half-time. To me, we've spoken about this so much. The big issue at United last season was Magaluf and McFred. We've solved the Magaluf problem by bringing in a world-class centre-back in Varane. The midfield is still a massive problem, but it's not a problem when you play with two players like you did today. Matic is the best CDM we've got, but we just know he can't play every game. So who plays if Matic doesn't play? God knows. This is why we need to buy someone. And Donny plays the game in a very different way to Fred or Pogba or McTominay. He moves the ball ridiculously quick. And what I loved about that half was the tempo. We spoke about the tempo all summer. We've said that United's tempo is too slow. United's tempo, as I said before the game, when you were a kid and you used to play past the parcel and you want the music to stop on you, you go, you get the ball and you get the parcel and you're like, da, 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 and your mate next to you wants it and you're like, da, 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 da. They're not going to stop it, are they? I'll hold it for a little bit more. They're not going to stop it, are they? Oh, you can have it now. That's United's tempo last season. McTominay and Fred, da, 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 da. I'll hold it for a bit longer. There you go. But today, hot potato. Whoa, you have it, you have it, you have it, you have it. You want hot potato football. If you want a high tempo, you want hot potato football. You want to get rid of that ball really quickly. And United have got that tempo up today. And that has been because of two players. Bruno's been fantastic. I think Greenwood and Martial and Dan James have done okay. And the defence has been very good. But ultimately, that whole good performance is because of Matic and Donny. When you think about it, we're very happy with that performance. But really, has Greenwood been on the ball loads? Has James been on the ball loads? Has Martial been on the ball loads? Bruno's been on the ball a lot, but that's because of Donny and Matic. Matic and Donny have made that game the game it is. For me, they're the two men of the match, and you can pick between either of them. The defence has been good. I've been caught out on the back post a couple of times, but ultimately that whole good performance is because of the midfield. Now you take Matic and you take Donny out of that team and put McFred in there. I think we're 0-0 at half time. I think we're watching a very, very different game, and people can say that's not fair, but it's not. It is fair. Because I saw Matic and Donny play against Wolves, and they play in the same positions they're playing now. We were brilliant that game. Again, brilliant today. And I've got evidence of about 45 games last season where McTominay and Fred played and the tempo was slow. So, the tempo is what's changed, and the tempo is because of Matic and Donny. Absolutely fantastic. Keep thinking we've re-signed Ashley Young with his new Martial haircut. You know what, Duncan? I've got to say, I did think the same. I did think, why is Ashley Young on the pitch a couple of times? But yeah, Matic and Donny are the reason. And look, I've been, and I'm sure many other people have been as well, I've been very critical of United. Thanks for the super chat, William Cronin. And I will be very critical of United because I know where we should be. And I found the lack of rotation, the lack of subs, the slow tempo, the back six, irritating. Even though we won a lot of games, I found it very irritating. And it's made me question Ollie and whether he's a good coach. Today, what do you say about the coaching? I mean, it's not 11 individuals. You can see the pattern of plays. You can see the triangles. You can see the quick tempo. You wonder why we don't do it more often. And you wonder whether against Leeds next week it'll be McFred. And I think it probably will. But maybe McFred come on in the second half and move the ball quicker. Maybe we're just going to move the ball quicker. But yeah, it comes down to Matic and Donny. The movement of the ball is fantastic. And look, you can't whack a square peg into a round hole. You can't do it. The reason we are better today is because Donny van der Beek has got the footballing intelligence to play a first-time pass weighted forward quickly. And he's done it. And Matic has run that team like he did when he was winning Premier Leagues for Chelsea. The problem is, will he pick Donny? I don't think he will when it matters. Will he pick Matic? I don't think he can when it matters because I don't think Matic can play many games. So to me, it goes back to what I've said before. We need to buy a midfielder. That's what we need to do. Thank you for the super chat, Patrick Zheng. You can do that through the $sign if you wish. Please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We're trying to get up to 84,000 subscribers. So please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Second half is to come. Will Ollie make substitutions? So please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. And remember, in the second half, you can vote for your player ratings, marking every player out of 10, 6 being the average, and we'll go through that on the match reaction. So let's have a look at what I mean, there's a good, it's not all sweetness and it's not all cherry pie. Show United says we're still not creating. Great point. I want to get into that, because it is pre-season. I think it's I know it's pre-season, but it's a good Everton team. It's a strong Everton team, and we've dominated them with our very intelligent, quick forward tempo passing. But it is pre-season, and you don't get any points for this win. And he might change this team completely against Leeds. So, we've got to be a bit cautious. But also, we still do have a problem. Can you guess what the problem is? Sean Turner says, I know Matic is old, but I'd rather keep him than Fred or McTominay. He's so much better than both of them. Donny's shown what we've been missing. I agree, Sean. I wish Matic was 5 years younger, but you and I know, and everyone else knows, there's no way Matic can play 90 minutes twice a week, let alone 3 times a week. So what do you do when Matic doesn't play? Somebody's got to do that role. You don't want to revert to a 2 holding McFred again, do you? Because then you lose the Donny or the Pogba. We play McFred because of that. The 2 things that have worried me, Sancho tweeted about Bruno. Yes, we know, Oswald, well done. We have been instructed to pass quickly. The same players are passing quicker too. Donny does not keep the ball, suits us more than Pogba, says Danielle. And when Matic is full and full of energy, he can still be world class and do a great job. Shame he can't play more than 70 minutes a week. Need German juice, says Cole. What I was going to say is, the only negative I would say is that, again, how many chances have we created for our forwards? I've not seen one clear-cut chance for Martial, really. He had the rebound from the Bruno shot, but we've not created any chances for our number 9 again. And in a half like that, where we've played really well and we're 3-0 up, I would expect us to make chances for our number 9. And that can be Cavani, that can be Greenwood, it can be Martial, it can be whoever you want to play up number 9. We still aren't creating chances for our number 9. I think that's something we really do need to improve on this season. But that's the only thing I would say. And yeah, the fullbacks, both Shaw and Wan-Bissaka, have tucked in again. And look, I don't have the definitive answer, and I don't think you do, because I don't think there is a definitive answer. I think Wan-Bissaka tucks in because of Lindelof's inability in aerial in the air. But then Shaw does it as well. So maybe it is coming from the coaching ground. But look, we can't keep tucking our fullbacks in, because loads of teams are aware of that crossed ball to the back post, and teams do get in on us. Everton did have 2 chances from getting the ball to the back post. We look different when we make forward passes, says Jibak. Oh, yeah, it's night and day, Jibak. It's night and day. It's chalk and cheese. It's a Marmite lover and a Marmite hater. It really is totally different. The way that we've played in the last 2 Premier League games, or Premier League, the way we played against Wolves, last game of the season, and the way we've played today against Everton, Premier League opposition, is completely different to how we played most of last season. Most of last season, as I said, it was past the parcel football, it was slow. The last 2 games we've played with Matic and Donny, the intensity and speed has been much better. But what I don't understand is how we can play so differently just because of 2 different players. Surely the manager has to see that. And surely the manager has to see that he favours McTominay and Fred, who can't do that. It's a weird one. We'll have to wait and see. Varane is watching on his Instagram. Good to see. And I think Martial needs to prove himself today if he has any chance of getting good game time this season, says Aidan. I don't think Martial's done too bad. I don't think Dan James has done too bad. I don't think Mason Greenwood's done too bad. I'd like to see us a little bit more creative in the final third, because you say Martial's got to do more. Oh, I'm just watching the Bruno free kick again. Oh, that's a magnificent free kick, It's a magnificent free kick. I mean, it's not even right in the top corner, but the pure power on it, it's just magnificent. You could watch that all day. Such a good free kick. It belongs in the Premier League, that free kick from Bruno. That's the only shame about that free kick. You wish it had been scored in the Premier League. The interesting thing will be whether he makes any substitutions at half-time, yes. And his team with Varane, Sancho and Cavani in it, I'm actually excited for the first time in years going into the season, says Sean Turner. You know what, Sean? I'm not excited. I am excited, but I'm not excited because the brilliance of that performance is the midfield. And you're talking about Cavani, Sancho and Varane. Yeah. Very, very good players. But are they midfielders? You could bring Sancho, Varane and Cavani into that team and we're so much better. But what if you bring Sancho, Varane and Cavani into that team and then he takes out Matic and he takes out Donny and he brings McTominay and Fred in and the whole game changes again. So for me, that is the thing that worries me a little bit. if I'm honest. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Barcelona have announced the press conference from Lionel Messi at Camp Nou, 11 a.m. UK time. Miguel Delaney via Twitter. Is that he's going to leave then, RL17? I'd start this team versus Leeds with Pogba for James. Get McFred later on to keep the game, says Anna Rito. Varane Instagram, can't wait for him to replace Lindelof. CDM is the key, says Druv. I think we're all on the same page there. The CDM is absolutely essential. But the most important thing I would say is if we go back to this screen, because I want to bring these sort of things into the show a lot more. Look, the ball's been like this. Bang, 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 bang. But different personnel, obviously. Different personnel. Obviously, Pogba's on the bench. Donny's come into this spot. And Matic is here. And Fred is here. But let's get the ball back on the pitch. And obviously, Varane's not playing. Lindelof is playing as well. But that's more or less the team, isn't it? We haven't got Sand. Forget about that. Forget about the front three because it's not really that important. The main thing that we've seen today is the shape has changed. You've got Matic dropping into this area here with the ball. Looking forward, knocking it into here, and then coming out and running that midfield on his own. You've got Donny supporting him, little 1-2s between the two, nice balls out wide. Manchester United have played a higher line, which I think is a preparation for Varane. Fullbacks have got forward, but that midfield, instead of being like this... Look, the old United, the easiest way for me to show you the difference with United today is that last season, forget the personnel, that's United last season. And you know it. That's United last season. This huge space here. These front four, probably a little bit closer, but they're isolated. The graveyard shift. And the back six, hard to break down. You know, that was it with McFred last year. And the ball between these two is slow, right? And the opposition gets set, right? Today, Donny's a little bit closer to Bruno. Matic is more central. They're up. They're up. They're up. They're up. And almost at times we've been a bit of a back three with Matic because he's playing so deep. But he is pushing forward as well. Totally different United side. Totally different tempo. And that is why we're very different to the way we played last season. Now, Paul Pogba's coming on. What's the betting he's brought him on for Van der Beek? What did I predict? I predicted he'd take Donny off so that we forget how good Donny played. But Pogba's coming on second half. So, yeah. I knew if Donny is off, I knew he would do that. Because he can't afford for Donny van der Beek to stay in our head for next week. But let's see. Paul Pogba is on. We're just waiting for confirmation on who he's on for. And I think Fred might be on as well. So he's took Matic and van der Beek off. I think we're just waiting for confirmation here. If anyone has seen it. Oh, Mata's on as well. So, he might have took Bruno off as well. Let's have a look. We're just waiting to see here. Pictures of the players that are coming on. I mean, realistically, it'll be interesting whether we can keep the tempo up. Mata's a good footballer, but he's slow. Does anybody know? What about... I do like Fred and Pogba. What about Fred as a CDM along with Varane behind and Van der Beek connecting, says Vinit. And Mark, I'm not scared of Leeds. They lost 4-0 to Ajax last week, says Joel. And Mark, we talk about selling Lingard, but he has all the power like Pogba and maybe he wants to do the same next summer. Pick where he wants to go and get a big payday. Maybe he does, Craig. Good point. Druv says Varane Instagram. Okay, we've done that. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. Bruno's back on, so Donny's definitely off. If Bruno's on, Donny's off. And you can tell who he's looking at. You can tell what he's doing. Pickford's coming off here as well. You can tell what Ollie's doing here. The fact that he keeps Bruno on, wants more game time in Bruno's legs for next week. The fact that Donny's off, yeah, you're on the bench, Donny. Donny on the bench again, unfortunately, which is a shame. He won't be starting next week against Leeds. Never in a million years. But I'm just trying to see what the United lineup is. Greenwood's still on. Yeah, Donny's off. Donny is off. Luke Shaw. Same back four. Lindelof's still on. De Gea's still on. Dan James is still on. So Greenwood's still on. I think he's took Martial off. And Fred and Matic. So let's just change the team. So Anthony Martial is off. Fred is on. Pogba is on. Matic and Donny off. Mason Greenwood's gone up front. Juan Mata. Let me just get the clock running as well. Let me go. I'll sort the team out. All right. And we go. Okay, let me sort this team out. So we've got Van der Beek off. Dan James is still on. Juan Mata's on. Put Mata out wide. And then we just need to pull Pogba off. Pull Pogba down, actually. Pogba in there. So we should, hypothetically, we should see the same sort of a United team playing the same way. And it'd be interesting. Yeah, well, look, straight away, Fred's playing in that role. Let's see what his passing's like. Let's see if we can keep the tempo up. I mean, in a way, it's an interesting experiment, isn't it? Can we keep the tempo the same as we did in the first half, or will Pogba and Fred slow it down? So good example, isn't it? 45 minutes. And you know what? Actually, I do like Fred and Pogba more than I like McTominay and Pogba. So I have to be honest there. I much prefer Fred and Pogba than I do Matic and than McTominay. So be interesting to see. I'm sure McTominay will come on at some point, but let's see. Give us your thoughts, everybody. What's your thoughts? Mata is slower than a turtle's legs, says the Theatre of Dreams. How is Dan James getting more game time than Donny? That's way better than him, says I'm Just Lee. And this shows we do have the players to play better football. If Ollie prefers the sideways passing, that's just sad. Can't McFred make forward passes, says Jabak. Well, are we ever going to see the future with our young players, or same old failings like Matic and Mata, says Mario Tavares. I tell you what, I don't think... I'm looking forward to Ricky's match reaction, because I think he'll be very happy today. He's seen Marshall, Matic, James, Mata. It's like a Ricky tribute show, isn't it, from Ollie? I never see the rationale behind the subs. Why is Bruno not being rested? Doesn't Martial need time, says Nicholas Addy. You'd imagine the fitness team have given them a bit of a boost there, but look, player ratings will be interesting, because you're going to be giving them off 45 minutes for Matic and Donny, who for me were the best two. I don't think Juan Mata offers United anything. I really don't. I love the guy, I love the player, but I think you've got to be ruthless in football. I think that it's like Ricky's testimonial, says Riley Allen. I think, especially at Manchester United, we're a football club, we're not a charity, and I do think that we are too sentimental, and I think Ollie's too sentimental, but I just don't think Mata can play at this level anymore. I really don't. If I get proved wrong, I get proved wrong. Just woke up. How was Donny in a 2, says Sean Atwood? Well, Donny and Matic were the best two players on the pitch. He probably decided the half-time subs before the game, says Jake Nelson. I would imagine. Probably he did. Dan James fouled there. I think Donny will have the same season as last year. I don't think Ollie will use him. I don't. I hope I'm going to be wrong, but I don't think he is going to use him, no. I don't think that was actually a foul there. He's booked Coleman, but I thought he kicked the ball. But Atkinson's given him a yellow card in a pre-season game. That's always a bit embarrassing. Varane's medical will probably be mid next week, mate. Whoever asked that. So it's another free kick for Bruno here, out on the left-hand side, chance to whip the cross in. I will be on That's Football later. If you're watching the Community Shield, you can join me for that, for a watch-along on That's Football. Leicester against Man City, first competitive game in the English calendar for Premier League clubs. Obviously, the Championship kicks off today. Good header away. I thought Maguire was going to get his second goal there. Mata. Oh, poor ball by Bruno, but he wins it back. Goes for the shot. Oh, just wide. Feeling confident. is Bruno. Let's see what Pogba and Fred can do. Heard Ollie penciled in Donny for 45 minutes today, says Dean Corbett. And Wan-Bissaka's passing is improved, says Fredericks. If you want to become a member like Frederick, actually, he's got a badge next to his name. You can do that by clicking the button, clicking the join button. Thanks everyone who does it and supports the channel. And please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Everton have made a few changes as well. I just hope we can keep the tempo going here and move the ball quicker. That's good by Pogba. You want to see that sort of thing. Again, I mean, I would say we're only 5 minutes in, but the tempo seems to have slowed down from United. This is why we need to buy a midfielder. Can we keep it up? Dexter says he wants to see the tempo kept up. Well, it should keep up. You give in 45 minutes to Pogba and Fred, and they should be able to keep the tempo up. Hopefully we can get some chances created for our number 9 as well, Greenwood. But, oh God, look at the way Digne took the piss out of Mata. He's just too slow, Mata, isn't he? He's just too slow now. That's the problem. He's too slow. James says Fred's running around like a bull in a china shop. Well, let him settle. I mean, look at that again. There's such a contrast between Fred and Matic. And it's the same if you put McTominay there. They just can't do that job. And you know what? They shouldn't be able to do the job. We shouldn't expect Fred or McTominay to do the job that McTominay does, because they can't do it. Because it's actually a skilled job. You know what? If you get a leak under your sink tonight and you can't get hold of a plumber, and you ring up a bloody, instead of a plumber, you get a barman, and they don't know what they're doing. They put a plaster on it and it's still leaking. Well, what do you expect? You need a professional to do a professional's job. Centre defence midfielder is a professional job. There's a massive career. But there's a massive difference between what Matic can do and what Fred can do. Or McTominay. I don't think McTominay can do it either. I mean, you've got to take into account fitness as well. A CDM will definitely free Donny from this bench, because then Ollie can rotate the squad between Donny and Pogba, says I'm Just Lee. Yeah, that's why I think Donny will be on the bench. Oh, lovely little ball. Good play by Luke Shaw. Good save by De Gea. Straight at him, but he keeps hold of it like a magnet. Shot straight at him. First real action he's had. Pickford could take a lesson from De Gea here. That's how you hold on to a shot. Oh, God. I mean, again, you'd have to say that's Fred, isn't it? That is Fred again who gives that shot up. I'm not saying that Matic would have made the tackle, but... Come on, let's see if we can get some goals in the second half. Here's Dan James. Get that tempo going again. You see, we're not actually playing the same second half. Pogba is going way more forward than Van der Beek did. Look how high Pogba's playing up the pitch. Luke Shaw. Decent cross. Headed away. Well in Fred. Good interception. Here's Mata. Dan James. Keepers out. I wish Matic... if you want to check out Instagram for Varane, you'll help me a lot, because there's so many people in the chat saying Varane Instagram story. I'll never understand this shit. I'll never understand it. We had people in the first half. Sancho Twitter, Varane Instagram. I mean, do you not want to watch a game of football? Like, we're watching a game of football. We're Manchester United. Why are you talking about Varane's Instagram story or Sancho tweeting? I tell you, I'm a boomer or a zoomer or whatever it is. I know I'm a miserable old cretin, but the reality is, trying to watch a game of football, couldn't give a shit about a tweet or an Instagram story, to be honest with you. But please go and watch the Instagram story, because it'll please about 50 people in the chat who don't shut up about Varane's Instagram story, whilst trying to watch a football game ahead of a very important season, looking at the tactical shape and how we're playing and what that might mean for next season when we bring Varane into it. Obviously, his Instagram story is way more important than that sort of analysis. What an underrated career Matt has had, says Akshat. Yeah, he's had a very good career. World Cup, Euros, Champions League, Premier League. Mark, not sure if Super Chat went out, but I think it's a midfield pivot audition for Leeds, says Michael McNeil. I think McTominay will start against Leeds. I don't think him not playing any game time today will mean anything. Oh, Coleman on Dan James again. You've got to pump it up. Tempo's dropped a little bit. 10 minutes in. What are you thinking? This is such a specialist job. I mean, I'm just tweeting it here, but I'll leave you. I'll read it out to you, because it'll work on Twitter and it'll work on here. So what I've said is, this is why we need a CDM. Fred or McTominay just can't set the tempo Matic can, but Matic can't play every game. And you know, it's abundantly clear to me that in this first 10 minutes, and remember, Everton have taken players off, so this is not as strong Everton side as it was in the first half. But it's a much more equal game in this first 10 minutes than it was in the second half. We'll never understand why we always instead insist on playing Mata at right wing, says Green Grits. But mate, that's not just Ollie. That's not just Ollie. Ollie's, Ryan Giggs did it, Moyes did it, Mourinho did it, Van Gaal did it. Everybody did it with Mata. I'm tired. I mean, this has been 7 years arguing about this. It's too late now. Mata's finished. But why we always used him as a winger, I'll never know. I mean, he's a number 10, isn't he? I think Donny is one of the most important players this season. Somehow that midfield of Donny and Matic was better, says Dexter. Yeah, I agree. Just joined. Any idea why Martial was taken off? Surely he needs the minutes, considering Cavani isn't back yet. I would imagine, in defence of Solskjaer and his coaches, I would imagine the fitness teams have said, don't play him any more than 45 minutes, because he's not played. Martial's not played any game time, has he? So, giving somebody 90 minutes ahead of a big game in a week's time, you've got to. Here we go. Oh, hit the bar. Everton hit the bar. Bloody hell! Broke the bar. Andros Townsend cut back, and it should have been a goal for Everton here. Cross comes in. Maguire can't quite reach it. Back post again. Unmarked. What a hit. Absolute rocket from Townsend. No keeper was going to save that. Smacks it against the bar. And it just bounces out. But again, back post again. Unmarked on the back post. Why don't we mark people on the back post? I don't get it. Our fullbacks are always... Shaw and Wan-Bissaka are always marking somebody, but they're always marking the striker, not the winger. It's weird. Scooby-Doo! Let me on too! It's Scooby-Doo time! Get me on that pitch, I'll get the tempo going, Ollie! Oh yeah! Oh, 3 subs now. Here we go. It's about to get stupid. Pereira's coming on, Delo's coming on, Twansebi's coming on. You made found a Varane or Sancho chant yet? Nope, I don't do them. Charlie, I don't do them. Welcome to the members club, Kenji. Thank you very much. So there's a raft of changes coming in now. Let's figure this out. Well, we'll do it in a minute when they actually make them. But 4 subs are going to happen here. I hate. This is what I hate about pre-season. You know, you're never going to keep the rhythm going now, are you? Although, Fred and Pogba should keep the rhythm going. So, subs are us. Here we go. Let's see what we do. A couple of subs for Everton. Kenny Davies. 2 separate players, but Alan comes off. That's tactics why fullbacks go in and help centre-backs, but the wingers should help the fullbacks, says Nicholas. Wan-Bissaka's off. Be interesting what we do here, whether we put Delo at left back or right back. Hopefully it's Delo at right back. So Pereira's come on for Bruno. God, don't you just love pre-season and all the changes that you have to make? So Pereira's going to play at number 10, pre-season Pirlo. Wan-Bissaka's off. And Luke Shaw's coming off. And I imagine Lindelof is coming off. Yeah, Lindelof for Tuanzebe. So Tuanzebe comes on. Lindelof comes off. Working this out. Let's work it out. We can work it out. We can work it out. Brandon Williams at left back. Is that it? Anybody else come on? I thought Dan James came off for somebody as well. Maybe I didn't see that. Fred's still on. Pogba's still on. Maguire. Keep an eye on that. I don't know whether Dan James came off or not. I haven't got a Delo card. I can't put Delo on. It's sad, isn't it? That's totally my fault. We don't have a Delo thing. Here's Iwobi. Shoots wide. Why are we still keeping Pereira? Because he's pre-season Pirlo. It's the only time of the season you can use him. Pogba's actually... Oh, he's alright. I thought Pogba was injured there. Yeah, Dan James is still on, isn't he? I'd expect the tempo to disappear completely now. Although, here's Mata. Never wants to go forward anymore. What is this club's obsession with Dan James, says Nate H. I mean, to be honest with you, Dan James has been on the pitch for an hour. What has he actually done apart from get fouled a couple of times? I totally agree with what Ricky says about Dan James and his ability to keep his position. Oh, here we go. Iwobi, cross. Oh, could have been a goal there for Everton. Slide rule pass, and he couldn't slide it in. Damari Gray. They've been the better team, Everton, second half, haven't they? They have. But I do agree with the fact that Dan James allows the team to keep its shape. But I need more than that in a United shirt. I need a player that's, here we go. Meet me. Where you going? Meet me. Terrible. Fucking terrible. I mean, come on. He can keep the shape, but he can't pass. He just can't pass. We haven't had a red card. Delo's playing at right back. I just haven't got a right back. I haven't got a Delo, so I can't put him in there. And I'll put Wan-Bissaka back there just to make it look like somebody's playing at right back. But it's not Wan-Bissaka anymore. It's Delo. So there you go. At least just to give it a bit of balance. So still half an hour to go, and the second half has been nowhere near as good as the first half. We look like a team of strangers second half. We have made a lot of substitutions, but the midfield is just not the same. And you'll get people saying, oh, it's because Pogba's not interested, but I don't know about that. Mark, would you take Daley Blind back at United, says Joel? No. For what reason? Why would I want a centre-back like Daley Blind? I was there at St Andrews on Thursday and they were practising set pieces for a good chunk of the session, says Adam. Adam, thank you very much for that, Adam. Nice ball over the top. I mean, you wonder when Twansebi will be leaving, actually. He's got to leave soon. Nice ball by De Gea there. Calm. Now, let's see what you got, Fred. Space. See, too many touches again. Not a bad ball, but it's just too many touches. In the first half, Matic and Donny were getting rid of it within a second. Look, Williams again. That's good by Fred. That's much better. Get the tempo going now. We've got the possession. Let's move it. It's terrible by Pogba. Lazy. Lazy ball by Pogba, that. You know, put some conviction in your pass. Good ball by Fred. That's better. Mata wide to Delo. He's got a good cross on him. And that's not a bad cross, but keeper gets it. See, much better when you play that forward pass. I was a bit, you know what? I was a big fan of Fred a year ago. I was a massive fan of Fred, and look at that. Look at the way Fred's just been shrugged off there. This is all the way from his own half. Lovely play. Was it Godfrey? Good save. Would you prefer Rice or Ndidi? For me, it's Rice, says KMW. Well, it's a dream either way, KMW, to be fair. Ollie could not have shown a more prominent picture of how the team can play with a proper CDM and without a CDM. Yeah, no. I agree, Vinit. I agree. Hearth Junkie says, does the second half just show how bad our second team is? We only have one team, the team that played first half, and the rest ain't good enough. The trouble is, for me, Matic and Donny should start against Leeds. I don't think he'll start either. Good shot by Greenwood. Well, it's straight at the keeper. Because I think favouritism and reputation will come to the fore, and he'll go with either McFred or he'll start Pogba. But I would start Matic and Donny. I thought they were brilliant. And Everton have carved us open time and time again. Well done, Delo. Hey, Mark, did you check Varane's Instagram story? Says Nitin. Swivel on it, Nitin. And would you prefer... I mean, I don't... If it's a joke, it's a good joke. If it's not a joke, whoosh. Mark, what are you most excited for about United this upcoming season, and what are you worried about the most? Says Maricho. I don't have concerns. I'm just excited for the season to start, but I am worried about the midfield. I think even in this second half, we've seen what the problem can be in the midfield. To me, it's a prime example of the problems that you can have in the midfield. Ollie isn't afraid to bench Pogba, says Ash G. We all want Ollie to make subs this season, but would you really want these players coming off our bench, says Karash. Yeah, but remember, we are missing Rashford, we are missing Sancho, we are missing Varane, and we are missing Cavani. So there's 4 players there that you could add to the first team. Who's McTominay come on for, by the way? Because my good old MUTV has now decided to buffer. Twats. You know, you pay your fee and then it buffers. Oh, here we go. Come on. Kick in. Scooby-Doo! I'm coming on to for Garner. It's coming on at centre back. Oh, what have I just done now? I'll sort this out in a minute. I can't wait till it gets back on normal TV. Scooby-Doo is on the pitch too. He's at centre back. Scooby-Doo at centre back. We don't need Varane. Nice ball into Greenwood. Oh, he should have finished. He should have finished that. So let me. I can change this. So Garner. Who's Garner come on for then? He's obviously come on for Dan James. Scooby-Doo. Maguire. Harry Maguire is off. And Scooby-Doo, Scott McTominay. I can play anywhere. I'm the Scottish Luther Matthäus. I can play anywhere. And Garner must be on for Dan James. Get him off. Dan James is off. You can do your player ratings as well. I think that's going to be very interesting on the match reaction. Lots to talk about. Lots to talk about on the match reaction. Like, I don't know where Garner's playing now, to be fair, but he is playing. That's the main thing. Slow sports news here. Somebody just said that Sancho reacted to the Bruno free kick. Yeah, we reacted to Sancho reacting to Bruno's free kick about an hour ago. Pogba, I mean, it's hard to see what the team is now. It's Fred and Garner and a bit of a mess, really. But, yeah. You've got to pump it up. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Slow sports news, Jim White. This is a slow tempo second half from Manchester United. First half, meep meep. Second half, dead roadkill. This man... The Manchester... I can't do it. I've lost the Attenborough. I used to be able to do Attenborough. The Happy Hour podcast. The Happy Hour podcast. The Manchester United side. No, can't do it. The Manchester United... I can't do it. Stop trying to do it. You can't do it. Player ratings, I will be dropping in the link in the video description in a moment. Greenwood's look busy. "20 minutes to go. Got 6 midfielders on the pitch and none of them can play CDM. Mark, instead of selling Henderson and signing a DM, why don't we cut out the middleman and play Henderson in the DM, says Imrano TV. Well, yeah, we could do that, Imrano. I don't think Fred's a bad CDM, by the way. I wouldn't say that. I just think that we... You can just see the massive difference that Matic is the only player that we've got that can actually play in that position. And therefore, we need to buy somebody because we have nobody else that can do it. Scooby-Doo at centre back. Look, he did a little step over there as well. Didn't need to do it. That's how good I am. I'm Scooby-Doo. I do step overs at centre back. And I didn't need to do it. I can though. I'll do keepy ups as well in the corner. I'm Scooby-Doo. Look at this. Look, watch this. I like Delo. I do like Delo, but I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I do like Delo. Oh, I do. I gotta stop doing it. Right, I'm gonna drop the link in the video description for you, and ain't nobody gonna stop me. Free kick for United here, quite far out. Got a couple of super chats to read out as well. Cannot believe we got Varane and Sancho relatively early and then neither of them are ready, says Green Grits. Say Harry Potter in your Attenborough voice, please, says Michael. I'll have a go. Embarrassing that Garner is the closest thing we've got to a proper CDM after Matic, says Jimmy Garner. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Harry Potter is dead. No, he's not. He's not real. Anyway, Pogba on the free kick. Will he shoot? Crap. Terrible free kick from Pogba there. Just a pound land, Bruno. I'm joking. I'm joking. I like Pogba. I'm not one of these idiots who does Pogba versus Bruno. I'm not interested in that. Varane, they've just put a picture on the screen of Varane watching the Manchester United game, by the way, whilst feeding his daughter. Maybe we're going to see Scott McTominay as a centre-back in a back five. No! God, no! 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 No, no, no. Player ratings are in the link in the video description. I'm sure you're going to enjoy doing it today. You can do mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Links in the video description, and we'll go through that on the match reaction show. I'm very interested to see how everybody votes in the match reaction for the player ratings, because as you know, I think there are some very interesting performances from United players today. And I'm interested to see what people think. Hope Matic can play more games this season, says Soham. And Inek, thank you very much for the super chat. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. We're trying to hit 84,000 subscribers today. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Get involved with the channel. We're live again at 8 o'clock tonight. We've got the match reaction afterwards, but we're live every night at 8 o'clock. Got a great 8 o'clock show for you tomorrow night as well for the preview of the season ahead. Obviously, transfer shows, morning, Man United news, loads going on the United stand. Adam's at the match as well, so he'll be uploading his vlog after the game as well. So lots to get involved with. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner for that. I am doing a watch-along as well for the Community Shield at 5 o'clock today on That's Football, if you want to join me for that as well. But yeah, Pogba doesn't look particularly fit, does he, to be fair? Everton making 3 subs now. Holgate, Mina and Dobbin coming on. Much better team, second half, Everton. I don't think they've been the better team, but they've been better. Inek, thank you very much for the super chat there. Mark, I'm not joking, you're right. Pogba is a Poundland, Bruno. I'm not joking or care. Don't like that. It's true, says Andy and Bruno. Okay. You go. Mina's on. Yeah, if you know, you know. So, 13 minutes to go. Second half's been nowhere near the level of the first half, has it? Unfortunately, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You can't have it all. And I think what's happened is what we feared would happen as well, is that in this second half, United have not got the tempo going at all, and Ollie can easily come out and say, well, that's because of the changes, but I don't think it is. I think if Matic was on, we'd still be running the game. I just don't think we've been able to get hold of that midfield, because Fred isn't a CDM, is he? You know, when all said and done, he's just not a CDM, and it shows. It shows a lot. But of course, this time next week, we've got to keep that tempo up for 90 minutes because we're playing Leeds. Dirty Leeds next week. So we've got to get that tempo up. We've got to be ready. And on the first half performance, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. On the second half performance, it's been like watching United normally. You know, absolutely no service for our striker again. Not really created any chances. It's not been a very good second half from United, but first half absolutely fantastic. So we need more of the first half and less of the second half next week. Be interesting to see if he goes with the first half players, because for me, it's the big difference is the midfield. You know what I'm saying? Good work by Brandon Williams, but he's running the wrong way. He does well to get it back to De Gea. Here's Fred dictating the play. Sideways pass. Of course, that's what I use. That's what I do. I don't pass forwards. Here's Fred. We're back together. It's like Kylie and Jason. And now we're back together. Together, I want to show you our love is oh so true. Sorry for that. Apologies. Apologies. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Here's Fred. That's a good ball by Fred there. You know, a couple of times he has played the ball forward well. But it just feels different. Maybe it's not Fred. Maybe Fred's done okay in the Matic role. Maybe we've missed the Donny role. You know, maybe that's the answer. Garner's playing next to Fred. We're sort of playing a holding 2 now. It's a bit early in the midnight hour for me to go through all the things that I want to see. 10 minutes to go, and it's a foul by Fred. Here we go. Joshua says, Mark, you're complaining too much. It's a pre-season game. Joshua, swivel on it. I mean, look, I'll talk about what I want to talk about, and everyone else is entitled to talk about what they want to talk about. I'm talking about the first half was fantastic. The second half has been slow. The first half was something different. The second half has been like last season. I'm looking at this from a tactical point of view. I'm very aware we don't get 3 points for the win. I'm very aware that it's pre-season. But I'm also very aware that we're playing Everton with most of their first team, and we're playing Leeds next week. You can't write it off as a little friendly tour in mid-July against Everton in New York. This is a week before we play the Premier League. There's a lot to be taken from this game because we've got no other game before it. So you can analyse this game and not just say it's only pre-season. In fact, you're a bit of an idiot if you're saying it's just pre-season, because it's not just pre-season. It's more than that, because we've got no more pre-season after this. So the players that are playing well and the half that you like the best is relevant. Of course it's relevant. Ow, I haven't done my season predictions yet. No, Ahmad, I'll put it up on Monday probably on That's Football. So 10 minutes to go. Fred to McTominay. Here he is. He's had a sideways pass. That's Garner. See, at least I think Garner's a good player, but he needs a loan. Harry GW, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for all the super chats, by the way. Let me just cut to here for a moment. So this half, I think we've become obviously different players. I'm not going to change every player, but this half we've moved back. We've become more, for some reason, we became a little bit more like this. And you know, Pogba's not been supporting Fred like Donny did Matic, and it's become very disjointed. Pogba's played a lot higher up the pitch, and it's just not worked. The tempo's slowed down, and the tempo's not on Pogba. It's not because of Pogba, but we've gifted up a lot more chances in this half. Scooby Doo, here we go, McFred for another season, says Desiree. I think Everton have had loads of chances in this half, haven't they? I don't think United have had many. Pogba's over on the left wing at the moment, apparently. I'm definitely taking out all Everton players of the Fantasy League, says Daniel. Who've Everton got first game of the season? I'm not doing Fantasy Premier League this year. I'll get bored of it anyway. I'm not going to bother. Remember, Everton have got Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin to come back as well. Although I don't think Richarlison will be ready for the first game of the season. Southampton, first game of the season. I could see Everton struggling. But you never know. I mean, Benitez ain't a bad coach, is he? Really? Yeah, we've got a match reaction from Ricky. He'll be coming up after my match reaction. I'm going to do my match reaction, then I'm going to have a quick interview with Ricky and put it up on the channel. Be interested to see his thoughts ahead of the season. I'm sure he'll be very happy with Dan James, Matic, Marshall. I'll tell you what, in relation to Juan Mata, I forgot he was even on the bloody pitch. I don't know whether that's unfair or not, but I've not noticed Mata at all. But Everton have been the much better side. That's a penalty. He's not giving it. Bloody, I can't believe he's not given a penalty there. I thought that was a penalty on Davies by Twansebi, but he's not giving it, and there won't be VAR in a friendly, so don't worry about that. Thank you, Joseph Jones, for the super chat. Everton looking a lot sharper in this second half. Danny says it should have been a penalty. Well, it's only a pre-season, it doesn't matter, but I think in the Premier League that might have been a penalty. But Everton have been the better half in the second half. Better team in this second half. Don't rate Pogba. Tempo is shot when he's on. Too many touches and doesn't track back when he loses the ball. If he does, it usually results in a penalty, says Winter Archer. There we go. Oh, no, good play by Twansebi. I mean, would you... For me, would you... Paul Pogba is such an enigma in relation to how he plays football. You know, he's a genius, effectively. And I would, you know, maybe I get wrapped up in that genius. But, I mean, he's not the first person I've seen say in the chat that I would like to, you know, I'd sell him. Mark, I know my friend Andy is watching your show. Can you ask him to swivel on it, says SR. SR says swivel on it, Andy. Every Andy there who's watching this show is gutted now. Aditya, missed the first half. How did Donny play? Fantastic. First half was the best half by a long way. Second half's been disappointing. Ollie, let me have my phone on the pitch so I can listen to Goldbridge. Give me tips while I play. McTominay keeps asking to swap places with me. The Pratt says Jimmy Garner. Ooh, Greenwood with a shot. Deflected. Remember, Paul Pogba's fitness levels will not be great either. He's only been training for about 5 days, so... He's not going to be anywhere near the levels of anybody else. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. Thanks everyone who's tuned in. We've got the we've obviously got the match reaction show where we'll do the player ratings. I'm excited to do that. Links in the video description for player ratings. It will take you to our website. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average, star for your man of the match. We're going to go through that in the match reaction. And I think we're going to have a little bit of a chat, well, quite a big chat about the contrast between United in the first and the second half, because this second half has been shit, to be honest with you. I'm not talking about individual players, but how can you play so well in the first half and so badly in the second half? Like, it's almost been lazy from some of these players. There was so much intent. You know, you contrast that first half. Bruno, Matic, Maguire, Donny, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Lindelof, the intensity and professionalism compared to this second half. Now, is it just about fitness or I don't know? How has Delo played and do we need Trippier, says S. Ahmed. I think Trippier's done all right. That was a penalty, by the way. Everton should have had a penalty. De Gea's probably thankful it's not a penalty. Mark, seriously, do you think that ping pong would be more suitable pastime for some of our fan base as football can't be for them from what they say, says Andy and Bruno. And Nur says, I see what you mean about Scott and his half turns. Oh, he's obsessed with it. How many times have you said the exact sentence in regard to Pogba and fitness in the last 4 seasons? That is the problem, says Winter Archer. It's Greenwood into Delo. Mark, have you seen Phil Jones' status on Penguin chat? Ooh, Pogba nearly getting on that. Get Camavinga. Can Camavinga play in that role? I don't know. I do not know. Well played, Brandon Williams there. Awobi goes down. A couple of minutes to go here. What's your general thoughts on it then, everybody? Let me read some of your chats out. Thanks, King Soha, who is from Jamaica. Says he enjoys the show. Well, Wobie's down. Mark my words, Pogba will pay more of the left than would in midfield. Just look at him right now. He's playing on the left, says YUFC. I will be crying if he goes with McTominay and Fred next week. He's an absolute clown if he goes with McTominay and Fred next week, based on what I've seen in the first half. But he probably will. He probably will. It's a game of 2 halves, says Steve Davis. Yes, it really has been a game of 2 halves. You're absolutely spot on. There is Matic in his t-shirt and a cap. Arguably man of the match today, Matic. Be interested to see who you do go for as your man of the match. Remember, you can do your player ratings for the match reaction. We're going to be going through player ratings on the match reaction straight after this. So get your votes in. You can mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Put a star next to your man of the match. Links in the video description. That will take you to the website. We're going to go through that on the match reaction straight after this. The referee won't add too long on. But a game of two halves. I've got a few notes I want to go through in the match reaction, specifically about the midfield. I think it's a huge issue, and I think it's been highlighted again today what a huge issue it is in that midfield position. And the second half for me has been a prime example of how if you don't have the midfield, you don't have the midfield, and you don't have the game. And we've not had the midfield in the second half. We've not been able to get hold of the midfield in the second half. 150 million bid for Lukaku from Chelsea to be accepted, says Mona. Well, Chelsea don't mess about in the Chelsea were always going to buy a top class striker. Man City will as well. I think Man City will get Kane. So, you know, Man City with Grealish and Kane. We've got Sancho and Varane. Have we levelled up? Well, we can't have levelled up, can we? Because they already had a better team than us. They've bought 2. We've bought 2. We've got to buy 3. Short corner. Mata, Pereira. Oh, it's a late goal for Delo. Is it Delo? Delo makes it 4-0 at the end. Little flick from Fred's cross. Delo with a goal. Lovely, lovely finish. Lovely little flicked header. I'm pleased for the lad. I like Delo. Little bit of a flicked header from the corner. And Delo makes it 4-0 to Manchester United. Probably not deserved based on the second half performance, but we'll take it. We will take it right into stoppage time. Fred puts a cross in. And Delo just does a little flick to flick it over the keeper. And it's 4-0. And look, the scoreline doesn't matter massively. It'll give the lads some confidence. It's nice to be back in front of 50,000 people, of course, as well. But Manchester United with a 4-0 win against Everton. And that's the final whistle as well. Scooby-Doo. Close that off. Manchester United win it 4-0. You can do your match reaction, player ratings, links in the video description. I'm going to go straight into the match reaction and give you my thoughts on the game. For me, massive talking point is the midfield, and we'll talk about that in the match reaction. Thanks everybody for watching, and make sure you do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We will be going live literally in 60 seconds on the match reaction, so make sure you tune in over there. In fact, what will actually happen is, if it works correctly, is this stream will push you to that stream anyway, so it'll push you into the chat of there. I'll see you over there in a minute.